Welcome to my inn, the Carriage Rest Inn, a place where the bard has tales that spin. As our weary travelers struggle to find their role in this world divided with souls that are full. Trust, confusion, loyalty are a greater foe than any arrow sprung from a bow. Who is dark, who is light, a constant battle over who is right. Listen as we begin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Carriage Rest Tales. I'm the host and dungeon master, and to my left we have...
Hi, I'm Anne. I'm a fan, and I'm very excited to be here via the internet.
And this is Nick, who played Vaso, the half-orc barbarian.
Hello, this is Dan. I'm a fan of the show, a friend of a lot of y'all, worked with several of y'all in the past. Happy to be here.
Hey guys, it's Sam, and I play Woods, the Elven Paladin Ranger.
And I am Brandon.
Whispering? Why are we whispering?
whispering into the microphone.
ASMR Brandon.
Slow Jams with Brandon.
Hey, it's Ryan. I played Nomus the Bard and Kincaid the Sorcerer. I was Vive the Assassin for a while. And Korgon, so man of many talents.
Yeah, I tried to make him.
stupid decisions, roll up a new character.
Yep, played a new character every season.
I
It
feel
was
like-
kind of like my Kenny. Like,
Yeah.
just-
Kenny, I was just going to say, we need
Yeah.
like a Kenny.
That was me, apparently.
Well, this is our story, not necessarily recap, but a listener appreciation and mailbag episode. So last time we did a mailbag episode, we had people send in stuff. And then this time we decided it'd just be more fun to have our listeners just join us at the table.
They sent themselves in.
They sent themselves in.
One's coming from
Anne's-
Chicago.
Anne's calling in. But
I know, poor Anne has a broken foot.
Yes. A broken foot and a congested face.
Oh no.
Floating as a human being.
But you have notes. That's the other thing I'm just like nervous
You're
about.
Nervous about now?
Everyone, Brandon has a notebook. Dan has a phone full of things. And then Anne put like graph paper up and was like, here, I have a notebook full of questions.
After
I'm not prepared at all. I have nothing. Also, we're going to go ahead and apologize now for any weird audio. We're probably not going to edit this hard. We have 4 mics and 6 people, so bear with us on
Yeah,
this
we
one.
got some mic sharing plus calling in on the internet. So it's going to be probably a little bit rougher of an episode. Whoever decides to edit this one.
I'll edit it. It's fine. Fine.
All
fine.
right. So I guess, how do you guys want to structure this? I didn't really have anything planned structure-wise because I assumed people would have questions. I have questions for you guys, and I'm sure the players and listeners have questions also.
I mean, I think we should just let the fans, our people, just go around the horn, ask a question each, and then we can answer, and if we can go from there. We'll spend as much time as we want doing that, and then we'll flip the script and do questions for them. And then also we're gonna let everyone pick a page of my notes
and
read it.
and know if you can even pick what episode it was
Yeah,
about.
Yes. That actually is a fun game.
I would like to start off by just telling you guys some stats.
Oh.
Statistics.
All right. Are you aware that you made 80 episodes?
Yeah, I know. It's wild.
80. That's so amazing. And I did a little division. 80 episodes divided by 38 months. Call it 40 months. That's 2 episodes per month for over 3 years. That's amazing.
Which, if you guys know, we were horrible about releasing things
the
on
last season
time.
was a little rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our personal lives got a little crazy. So we were definitely not on any sort of scheduled cadence of anything. So that's impressive that we averaged twice a month.
And I'm happy that we got, other than season 4, we did a pretty good job, but we usually had, I don't know, like 5 or 6 episodes in the bank by the time we
Yeah.
got to the holidays, so that we didn't because holidays are so hard to meet during.
Well, and then we would always too be like, oh, we should just do individual episodes. We usually always did that when we needed like a break or like stuff was going on,
Yep.
because then, okay, Nick would just come over or Ryan would just come over, and then me and Mike would figure it out, and then next thing you know, it's like 6 weeks of episodes.
But I want to ask the listeners what they thought of that, because I personally loved it. It was a great way to change up the storytelling.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
that.
as a player, it was nice because not listening to everyone else's episodes and having that like mysteriousness.
Yeah.
Or not
Can't-
metagaming,
yeah,
we're
you
acting
can't
on
metagame.
something. Yeah.
And then I had an excuse for when I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that's when Nomis.
So,
That's when
that's
Nomis started to
perfect.
distrust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I,
Uh-huh.
you know,
And I was like, why is he
And
mad at me?
Sam was so confused. We
and
had
I
after,
disappeared. You never knew.
after that episode, Sam. After that episode, she was like, "It was so awkward. I'm not used to Ryan not liking
Oh
me."
yeah, that was,
It's
I'm
it was
used
very
to fighting
awkward
with
at the
Nick.
table.
Like I'm
Yeah.
totally used to fighting. It was
Uh-huh.
actually really funny. One episode, I wish I was good enough to be like episode 27. Nick and I were fighting. Our characters were fighting in the episode, and it was getting kind of heated. And I had to we had to pause because I had to be like, I'm not mad at Nick. And Nick's like, I'm not mad at you either. But it was
Yeah.
like getting real, it was getting real intense.
Yeah.
May close the rift on you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Well, one of my questions was about your one-off, or like your, I don't know, you call them solo, whatever, but what was the most shocking thing you learned, or simply just like describing the experience of listening to your counterparts' solo episodes after the fact? And just talk about that. That was it must have been so interesting. And how long did you wait before you listened to the
Oh my gosh, we didn't listen to it until they aired, until they came out. So
Okay.
every time we did a solo episode, we would we would usually get the recordings done in 2 weeks or so, and then we'd all come back together maybe a couple days later, and no clue what's going on, literally
Yeah.
no clue. And then sometimes we had 3 or 4 episodes in the bank, so it was it would be 7 episodes before we started listening to each other's solo episodes. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, this makes so much more sense now.
Was it hard to keep track of what you as a person knew and what your character?
Sam,
For some of us,
Yeah.
Listen, go for it.
I was gonna say it got hard for me distinguishing what Nomis knew and what Kincaid knew, and trying not to bring that in the fold
Yeah,
for me.
for me, I never knew what was going on in real life, and I just decided this is how I'm gonna play my character. My character's just not gonna know because I just didn't know.
Yeah. Mike, throw a puzzle. Y'all got this.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's one. And then the
Yeah.
final.
Don't-
Same
we do.
thing here. I just kind of rolled with it at some point because it was just it got so hard just keeping up with everything, and I could take really good notes, but
Doesn't matter.
even when you go back and look at it, you're like, why? What did that mean?
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think we
just-
got better. So we started helping Mike edit. So we would start and each do an episode. So you started editing episodes. So you were listening to them a couple of times. And I know I felt like I got better as a player when I started editing because I felt like I knew what was going on a little bit better.
And I'll say from the Dungeon Master side, it's obviously hard when the party decides to split. But I did like the solo episodes because part of the problem when parties split is I don't want to just ignore Nick for the whole episode. So I'm trying to think well, how can I jump back to this and do that? So the solo episodes are nice because you're I don't have to worry about everybody else. But then you have to also remember when you're planning that Nick doesn't know what happened in Sam's episode. So I can't cue in things for why isn't he doing, he doesn't know this. His character or Nick doesn't know what I'm hinting at. And I'm oh, dang it. Okay, move on to something different. So that's always a fun challenge.
What did you guys think? Were there any times where you were listening and you're why don't they know this? Were there any, was it weird for you guys at all at any point?
I mean, I struggled to keep up too, to be totally honest, at times. But I had the advantage of being able to binge listen at times, and that made some things very obvious. I think I talked to Ryan once or twice
Oh yeah, car trips to
About-
Cincinnati. And
Yeah.
we were just
and
talk about it.
made some suggestions about Sam's note taking.
Listen,
No, you had the great suggestion about the random encounters, talking about it,
Oh yeah.
but not recording and releasing us talking about it. So
Yeah,
that it was
and
like
we
a big
changed that,
surprise. So
yeah.
yeah, that was a great
I felt like
suggestion that Dan had.
It was taking you out of the story a little bit. I thought, well, we're going on a little side trip.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen
Uh-huh.
before we
I don't want to know.
rolled it out.
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
That was
want to
a
know
good call.
either, but he made us.
It always happened in the evening.
It always
I don't know how.
at dusk.
That
At
would be some
dusk.
statistics I'd like to see. How
Partially
often
beneficial.
at dusk.
We
And
just-
I'd also want to know the statistics on Nick's one rolls.
oh,
Yeah, can
Nick-
somebody put that together?
Nick, you need to burn those dice. That's what we should do. We should have a ceremonial dice burning, melting.
I don't know. I played with those dice through the whole thing.
I know, but like
Rolled one every
they,
other
they've
time.
they've got some sentimental value to me.
they do. We'll put them in a little
I
glass
have-
case.
I'll put them in a box or something.
Yeah.
A box to hide away the bad spirits or something.
Nick says he plays with those dice through the whole thing. So here's my question: were all of you pleased with how it ended?
Was I pleased with how it ended?
With how the story wrapped up and ended?
Yeah,
Did you-
I mean, I loved how it ended.
You're the only one alive.
Yeah, you're the one that lived.
You're the
I
one
mean,
that
I was the
lives.
last man standing, so yeah, I was very happy about
Which
it.
was
I mean,
hilarious for me because going into it, I was like, Basso for sure is going to be the one that dies.
He had like no limbs left though.
And I was like,
Fail,
I'm
crit
pretty
fail.
sure Sam's character, Woods, isn't going to make it. But I was like, oh, I think Nomus will make it.
Well, speaking of rolling ones
then
on
it was-
a death save,
Then
and
it was
then
like
realizing
the
I
exact
had
opposite order.
inspiration, I could
Yeah.
have undone it.
Oh yeah, we forgot he had inspiration that episode too, which I'd never give out because they
Ever.
never remember. I don't know. Weird.
I like how it ended. I think probably like a year ago I had made up like, okay, if it comes down to it, like Woods is gonna sacrifice herself. Like I like kind of decided that I was okay with it, which when you play is sometimes really hard to like understanding that your character might die, especially it's been 2.5 years. So I was happy how it ended.
But be honest, did you think you were going to be reincarnated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen.
It's not as serious though.
1,000%. I was like, it's fine. I'm like, Michael's gonna make me into a deity. It's gonna be great. I was gonna be like
Uh-oh.
God of Woods. And then when I died, like we had a pause. Like we legit had I needed a minute.
I kept part of that pause in that episode
Yeah.
when I released it because I was like, I think that's cute. The pause was a lot longer though
It
at the
was a
table.
lot longer.
You guys feel that you overthought the statues. Now that you
We
went there.
Okay, here's the deal. Mike never throws puzzles at us, and the 2 times he did it was
Three.
at Gen Con. So everybody's watching us try to solve these puzzles, which is horrible.
Horrible.
Because Sam checked out. So it was just me and Nick trying to
they
solve
were
these.
like me to be the charismatic one in front of all the people.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's fine. Sam's gonna be up there. It's gonna be fine. All these people in this room. It's not a big deal. And then I'm like, I'm not doing this
Yeah,
puzzle.
and
I don't know what this
one
is.
of the puzzles was like prime numbers, and I was like, I probably should have gotten that, but I didn't. So there's that. And then the ending puzzle, I'm taking fire damage, and I'm like, I can't even think because Mike's like, roll another 1d4, and guess who kept rolling 4s?
The stress and pressure of that though was.
Oh yeah, I was
made the
like,
last episode
I
great.
have no idea.
It was very possible that all 3 of y'all would die.
Well, the other
Well,
thing
we also
too,
had the god around us
yeah, and then
in the heat of the volcano.
Nick wasn't there, so Nick is like can't participate in the puzzle. Although
yeah,
he,
I'm like
At one point
writing
he
stuff
did.
down and
yeah,
like
he's like trying to like point at us, and I'm like, but I was so confident. I was like, I'm gonna get this one. Like I'm gonna do this. I was so far off, so far off.
I was trying to give so many hints too of like, you push this magical force at you and you see the chains of the scales jingle. Like, they're loose.
No, I literally
Maybe
They're
touch
getting
them.
warmer.
for the first 10 minutes, I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. He made us do a puzzle on the absolute last episode. I'm gonna murder him. So to answer your question, I was mad. I don't know if that was your original question, but I was mad.
I was mad that I missed out.
I know. You're just like
I thought I
Yeah, we
thought
could've
I thought I
you're
was
just
just
like
gonna
on the
die.
beach with Benson rolling around in the sand. Dan, you got one?
Look. Well, quick pop quiz. It's okay. But at some point in season 1 or 2, you reveal the name of your dad. It's not the name that he was using in your backstory. Do you remember what it was?
Clyde.
Torrance.
It wasn't Clyde. That's why it's funny.
I used
Torrance.
a different name.
Yeah. I'll
I
tell you.
probably have it written down in my
It's probably
backstory.
yeah.
What was
It was Kevin.
Kevin?
Oh, Kevin was your dad.
Oh, Kevin
That's
was your
nice.
dad.
I laughed out loud when you said that.
Wow.
Yeah. We'd forgot his name so many times.
So there's a
No,
I
well,
feel
okay.
like-
So here's the thing, though. He legally changed his name between season 2 and 3.
He went into
So
Yeah.
that's why I changed it. He wrote me a letter,
Yeah.
letting me know. So that's what that was.
he went into
That's
witness
quick
protection
thinking.
program in the cabin
Yeah.
by the
It's
sea.
actually
Yeah.
Kevin Clyde.
Kevin
His
Clyde.
Full
Kevin
name.
Clyde. Yeah.
Full name
He was a failed fashion designer and underwear model.
for Budweiser.
Yeah.
No, I do have a serious question though. I think it's early on, season 1 maybe, solo episode again with Vaso. I'm not picking on you, but
You're right next to
there was you tried to use a bead that broke a game mechanic, but it was edited out, and I've always wondered what
Yeah,
you were
I
trying to
wonder
do.
too because you talk about that all the time.
All right, so he had a bead that he wanted to be able to open rifts, but the game mechanic on that was only the dark side or the dark half can open rifts, and only the light half can close rifts.
But we didn't know that at the time.
But nobody knew that at the time, so he was like, "Oh, I want to be able to open a rift." And I was like, "I want to give that to you, but because you're using the bead, but that's a core mechanic that can't happen."
Wait, I'm sorry. Explain that again to me. What do you mean only the dark side could open and the light side
So-
could close?
So everybody had a light half and a dark half.
Uh huh.
From the very beginning of the story, the dark half people could open rifts.
Okay.
The light half people could close rifts.
Could I do both?
You were the
'cause
only
I was,
whole person.
you were
Oh,
a
because I
full
was full.
Yep.
Vato was a light side, so he could only close them.
Oh.
But one
You were
once
light?
Same with Nomus.
You,
Same
Yeah.
with Nomus until he got
Wow.
merged.
Ozoth was my dark side.
oh, yeah,
And
duh.
Vive was my dark side.
Oh, yeah, duh.
But Kincaid could do both.
This is real, guys.
Well,
This is not-
Kincaid
this is
was
what you get.
from before when the world split.
Right. Makes
Yep.
sense.
That was like a game mechanic. That's what he tried to break with the bead. And I was like, no, sorry. Like,
But Mike still talks about it. How Nick tried to break the game.
Mentioned it in more than one episode.
Didn't you give me inspiration for that? Or should
probably
Should have.
should have definitely.
Just bank it for the next time we play. I have this old inspiration.
I do need to come up with a better mechanic for inspiration because I forget to
You
give
have
it.
to give it. Like, you just need
I
to give
know.
it.
And I'm understanding,
Give
admitting
it
at the
to us,
table,
Mike.
I'm going to forget. So I need to come up with a different mechanic.
The worst part is we ask and you're like, no. Can we level up? No. The amount of times we ask to level up, no. He's like, you haven't done anything. I'm like, we haven't done anything. What else? What do you guys got?
All right. Who was each of you all played multiple people. Who was your least favorite character to play?
Hello.
That you played yourself, guys.
that you played. That's a good question because
That
everyone always
is-
asks what your favorite one is.
Yeah.
I liked all my characters.
Yeah.
I feel like
Like
Nomus
a
and
non-answer.
I mean, I guess Korgon. I mean, he didn't have much of a backstory. He was just a fighter guy.
Yep. The bald. I can't remember how you described it. A bald-headed with red hair or something like that. I was like,
Beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beard.
I liked Vaso at the beginning, before he got his arm cut off.
Oh. Wait, you didn't like him after?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I like my battle axe like
Yeah.
that, and I missed that. I missed that the last.
special lightning accident.
Yeah, my lightning axe, like,
You know
but
what?
but I had to roll a 1.
and then
Yeah,
a
you
Yeah, you
just-
two.
just,
crit
that's what
fail.
happened.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I also kind of feel like I liked Woods more in the beginning than I did at the end. she got really unsure of herself, which the story just, I think, turned that way because it was really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, a gray world story.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, first season, you guys were very focused on point. You're part of the Order of Light. You're doing the good things. And then throughout the story, you realize that maybe that's not the good things.
Yeah.
And then you start getting the other side. You're like, you guys aren't really good either.
Yeah.
I mean, I also do like us at the end because we grew and we realized what, we were following what we thought was the right thing.
I think
Like
so.
we didn't just blindly follow the order.
Yeah.
And, we were, even if that meant, going on the run and, doing it the hard way.
We were
taking
talking.
the tougher decisions. So.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier, Nick, you, and we were like, if Nick wanted to do something, he was doing it. Like, I'm gonna go find my dad, guys. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye. I'm like, I guess we're going to do that. And I was just like, I mean, it was good. You played your character really well.
Oh, that reminds me. I have a question that I didn't write down, but I really. So, okay, I believe D&D once, and it was right for COVID, and then a very limited experience with it. But there's the grid, right, of like the chaotic and the good and the. I don't recall at any point you telling what your characters, like where you were in that grid. Is that used in the version of D&D that you were playing, or is that like an older version that I was exposed to?
It's in it all the time, but we just haven't really focused on it. So
And we were definitely all good characters.
Well, in the world you created, we all had to kind of be good.
yeah,
Or at least
the mechanic.
At least Vaso and I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could be more
Well,
neutral, I think.
Because I sometimes felt like Vaso made decisions that I was like, that's got to be his alignment, because otherwise I hate that decision.
yeah. So, yeah, I think the hardest thing about sometimes playing your character is like you gotta play how your character would play, right? Like, and not what you want to do or what you think is going to be fun for the story, or like you gotta play like what your character's been tracking to do. I think we all kind of did that pretty well. I think we were all good.
I think that's what led to Nomus's, demise was he saw Grace, and that was his one and only thing, and he went through the portal.
Yep.
And then got tortured and beaten.
And then the
Merged
story
with his
took a-
evil twin, and
the story
I,
took a turn.
I couldn't play a happy-go-lucky bard anymore.
Create these characters and then change everything about them.
Yeah.
Halfway through.
But could the story have ended differently? There was a point somewhere in the middle where you all were very concerned about the psychological damage you were about to deal to everyone.
Yeah.
And I remember as a listener not knowing where it was going, thinking, well, actually, maybe the Order of Light was onto something here. Maybe it's not actually the best answer to traumatize everyone.
Yeah.
So at the very beginning of the story, I had 3 endings picked out. There was going to be the very good ending, which would have been they had to do more so their own thing, because the Order of Light just wanted to keep everything separate. The Night Circle wanted to just force the change as fast as possible. So the best outcome would have been like, they would have worked to try to prepare people for the merger and like evacuate the cities before they ended the spell. Everybody would have survived and all that type of jazz. The horrible ending was actually if they just stayed with the Night Circle and quit, because then they could have stopped the spell, would have just split the worlds completely again. But the problem was that we were hinting at throughout the story was the Denoa and Dorma are just constantly growing. So at a certain point, you're going to get to nobody can survive in Dorma. So if the worlds had stayed split, it would have just been an extinction event over the next 100 years or so. Because everybody in the Dorma side would die, which means everybody in the Ivana side would die. So that was actually the bad ending. They kind of did the gray world, where it was like, we're just going to end the spell. And that's why a lot of people ended up dying in all the cities, because they didn't prepare the cities for it. And I tried to throw some hints in there, like letting some of the cities fall and seeing what happened when that happened. And then Damien was trying to move people around a little bit. So I tried to lay some groundwork in there to see if they would bite on it and go that direction or not.
So
I
Mike,
did
do you think Damien is a good guy?
I would say he's to go in your alignment, a chaotic neutral. Like he's going to do what he thinks needs to be done. He's going to be like the ends.
An experiment.
What was that?
He killed a guy as an experiment.
Yeah, because he wanted to see if he could separate them or
And
not separate
tortured
them.
me.
Yeah, because he needed to break your spirit.
So wait, to go.
So
Well,
he's the type that the ends justify the means. Is how I was trying to play his character.
Found that he was like on the side of the like, you know, making sense because he was. I just thought he was so evil.
He was pretty evil, that's for sure. Because he didn't have any empathy in his characters. I was
pragmatic,
trying to
like-
play that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he didn't see the people as people. He saw them as subjects that he was going to solve the puzzle for to end this spell.
It was hard to know what they could do. The characters, I mean, Damien, I agree, he didn't seem trustworthy at all.
Yep.
And then if you wanted to try to evacuate the cities or something, you would presumably need the help of the Order of Light. But Benson's a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Ugh,
Yeah, I
hate
tried
them.
rationalizing with him and
Yeah.
got nowhere.
and I mean, Vaso tried a lot,
Yeah.
to get Benson to come around. He was not going to budge.
Yeah.
Lawful good.
I even did the coin thing. He attacked me.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
I
I
think-
loved when that came back around.
So many times. I think to go back to Dan's question, yes, I think there were an opportunity for it to end differently because so many times the three of us would be done playing and we'd be like, wait, are we actually doing the right thing?
Yeah, I had no
Like, are we supposed to be like, and it's wild, fake world, fake things, but you're like, but everyone's gonna die. And like, you felt like this like pressure for these fake people dying. And I don't know, I felt it. Like, I don't want them to die. Just like random people.
Props to Mike for setting it up
Yeah.
that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
It could have easily gone differently.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Have
There,
you
there are times
gone
where
back-
I was just like, okay, what are we gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
like which way is the right way? Like,
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Anne?
Well, I was wondering if you've gone back and listened to earlier episodes now that it's all over, and like if you feel like you missed any like clues, or if there's anything you really wish you could go back and change that one thing.
Not gonna go there. So I started, but then I stopped because we're gonna we want to re-edit season 1 because if you go back and listen to season 1, there's no music, there's no sound effects, there's nothing like that. So we want to go through and like we learned a lot in our journey of like editing and recording and things like that. So we just want to go back and like clean some stuff up. So that is actually my plan over like during our break, I guess, is to work on that and kind of release it. I wish I could be like, oh, I wish I would have done this. I have no clue. I don't know. Like, it's such a different experience binge listening and then listening every time it comes out versus like the cadence in which we play. Like we'll record 5 or 6 times in 2 weeks and then now record again for 3 months. And then we're just like, what is happening? Like, what is D&D?
Yeah, I started doing like if we had those long breaks, I would queue up the last like 5 minutes of the last episode we did, and we would just sit and listen to it. So you'd be like, oh yeah, that's what we were doing. Because if we did it, we had some really rough episodes that were like, no one remembers quite what was going on. And then when you listen to it sequentially, you're like, why are they having so much trouble?
I take it back. There is something I would change. There was a series where I don't know what we were doing, but we were just planning and planning and planning. We did like 2 straight
the entire
episode
Yeah.
That
of
was
just planning.
The
And
pirates, yeah.
it was to the
Yeah.
point where my mother-in-law listens and she's like, why do you guys plan so much? I like it when you go do things. Granted, I think she was listening to the episodes on repeat and like kind of out of order, so I don't think that really helped. But we were like, yeah, so I wish I would have gone back and maybe I don't know, there's just like a season of us where we were just unsure on a lot of stuff, I think.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was
the final season where like we spent like 2 episodes.
Yeah, just
Sorry,
no, it's fine.
we spent like we were trying to figure out what to do to the last for like the final thing, and I just remember us just planning way longer than we
It was-
should have.
Yeah, and Mike was getting so frustrated.
Yeah.
And
It's
he was
like
just
we're setting out a plan, and then he's trying to plan, and
Yeah.
then we change our plan, and it messes up him. And
That is the best. So I have the privilege of living with the DM. So when everyone leaves, we always like debrief how the session went and like things like that. And he'd be like, "You guys did it again. I had all this stuff planned, and nope, you're go and do something completely different. Split
And
the party."
Yeah, it's like what I thought you were going to do was this. I'm like, that never crossed my mind to do
Never
that at all.
once. And then I'm like,
I was like the 3 bards. There was
Yep.
something with the 3 bards are
The
the
very
NSYNC guys.
"Oh yeah."
He was like, I thought you just do this with them. I was like,
Oh yeah,
no.
we were gonna send them in or something like that.
Yeah, at the very end, it was like they have 3 objects they need to follow, 3 pillars. There are 3 bards that are doing nothing.
I don't
was
even
like,
trust
surely-
myself to do it, let alone a level 2 bard.
Yeah.
Surely they'll give the bards these items so they
Listen.
can stay and like fight the big baddie. And then they're like, we're all gonna go in different windows. And I'm like, awesome. Thanks, guys.
I could not trust Lance Bass the second because
second,
there was
yes.
Lance Bass the mermaid and Lance Bass.
My favorite was
The
you
guard.
didn't pick it up to Lance Best a second. You're like, oh, because he's a fish.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
Were you gonna say something?
So I want to ask, what episode do you guys have that sticks out in your mind as a favorite episode that you recorded?
I want to ask that question from a listener standpoint
Yeah, I
too,
wanna
just
know
to
that
curious.
too.
Oh.
Let me check my notes. What's yours? Maybe we're the same one.
Mine's easy. Mine is the episode where Nomus decides he's going to go into the rift after Grace, because I knew from the way that the story was set up that you probably didn't plan on him doing that.
Mm-mm.
And because it caught me off guard as a listener, and I was like, what is he doing? So I only can imagine what it did to you. But
Oh, I
that was
actually
my
called
favorite.
Brian. Was it that day or was it the next day? To let him know that he had to roll
Roll
up
up
a new
another
character. Because I just cut at that episode because I was like, that went not what I was expecting to have happen. Because I knew it was on the other side of the rift. And I was like, that's not going to end well.
But the love of my life showed up. I had to go get her.
I was actually going to say the same one, but for a slightly different reason. Although maybe it's all, connected. It makes the episode great. But yeah, isn't that the same episode when Benson goes Super Saiyan and just
Yep.
takes on the Colossus by himself?
Yeah. When he starts,
Awesome,
I was trying to use that episode to show that, so like the Denoa are dark shards that accumulate and grow into these monstrosities. That obviously didn't exist in Ivana because we found out at the end of the season he's hoarding all them. But I was trying to think, like, I need to start putting in some breadcrumbs in here that the things in Ivana can also like merge together to do things. So that's why he was like making them into arrows or spears. I can't remember exactly what we did that episode, but I was like trying to lay some breadcrumbs down that can happen.
I think one of my favorite episodes to play is when Nomus and Vive first merged, and I had to do this like split personality golem thing, where I got to be like kind of a good guy and a dick at the same time.
Language cap.
You crushed it.
Oh,
It was so
that
good.
was amazing.
It was so good.
Well, I will say the last episode, the first season, just because, Vaso decided to break Woods out of jail, and that changed the trajectory of the whole thing.
That's when Kincaid came into.
Yep.
Dang, I should really listen to the first season again. I don't know what episode this is, but I'll tell you it was in April of some year because in my notes, I'm looking at the notes. I think it was one of the first times that Woods turned into a deity because it was where I was like begging to Lucha to give me power, and I was like sitting and I was meditating, and I think Clyde was there. I think we were at Clyde's house or something, and like everything, like they were attacking us, and I was trying to get like my wings and stuff, and I was like Lucha, like let my eyes be your eyes, and I was doing all of this like monologuing, and if you guys can see my notes, was coming up with it on the spot, and I was having so much fun that I was not listening to anything else that was happening. Mike would look at me, and then I would like say 5 or 6 lines, and then I put my head down and like keep writing until I like convinced him enough that I like could be, and that's the first time I got my wings. Because I remember I shot up through the roof.
Oh yeah. I think we called that episode "Vasso's All Right."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was that when they were trying to rescue Nomus? Maybe.
No, that was when they were. You guys ended up at Vasso's dad's house.
The lake house.
The lake house. Yeah. There was like a tidal wave.
Yeah, Kincaid was in there still, so I hadn't rescued Nomus yet. But I don't remember why you guys were there.
I don't remember either. I just remember like sitting.
Oh, I think that was after. If I'm thinking about it right, I think the order of operations here was after the Gen Con episode where they got the time skip happened, and they ended up in that village and had to jump in the river to escape people. And then they were close to either Woods' hometown or Vasso's hometown, and they decided to go to Vasso's hometown.
Yeah.
And that was where we found out that his dad, in that like 1.5-year time break, had to flee the town and was in his old hunting cabin. So you guys went to go find him to ask him questions and stuff.
Because Klepto Woods kept stealing stuff out of the house.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I got your dad's photo.
Listen!
And I got your dad's this thing.
I just
I
wrote
took this.
The amount is, I have a list actually. I wrote it all down just because I was like, I think we were doing something when we were looking through your dad's house, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take a bunch of stuff. Like this will be really funny, and I knew it would piss Nick off, and it did.
Language cap.
I know. Sorry. I had a whole list of. I had like kitchen knives. Like, why do you have my dad's knives?
Well, Vasso's also angry because he just got his arm cut off too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it wasn't a good time for
Yeah,
Vasso.
you had.
So
then your like girlfriend died.
Yeah, my
You
girlfriend.
had an emotional
You had a rough-
roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then Anne, I don't think you answered what your favorite episode was.
I keep thinking about the airplane drop where Woods is eating all the food.
Oh yeah.
Rainbow drop.
Wait,
Rainbow Drop Race.
you guys,
Yeah.
hold on. I have to show you the back of my notes from that episode because I was, again, not paying attention to anything. And I'm literally...
Please tell me it has all the food.
It does! On this episode
And
of-
grandma is like a really bad cook.
It's just like putting salt instead
Salt,
of
yeah,
sugar.
sugar.
She was going a
Yes.
little senile. Yep.
Okay, on this episode of Brandon reads Sam's notes.
And then I went back before to kind of just try to remind myself. I listened to the first and last episode of the first 3 seasons.
Oh, that's smart.
And the last episode is when Woods gets accused of killing Nomus, and she is asked for an alibi, and you're like, I was eating all the snacks. I
Oh man. Yeah. We've got some good ones here. We've got brisket sliders, hot cheese, fried Oreos, churros, turkey leg, Choco Taco. Oh, those are classic.
I don't know if it actually came into the episode or not.
Is this where the
I
beef
don't
leather
think I
came
remember
in?
hearing.
No.
Betsy's
No, that
beef
was
jerky,
episode like 4.
Oh, you had it.
I
Okay.
had it on me. I always had it on me.
flapjacks. We got on here. Looks like Bubba's shrimp cocktail.
And there was that funny character who was like following you around.
Oh, Jaku Jog. No, was that him?
No, he was my opponent in the.
Yeah, he was the
drop
opponent at
race.
Rainbow
Oh, yeah.
Drop
Who was
Race.
following me around?
Food too, didn't he?
I think he did like
Yeah.
food
Yeah.
also.
I thought for sure you two were gonna hit it off. But
Well,
nothing
I'm
came up of it.
pretty
He
positive?
didn't text you back.
Who was voicing that character?
John.
My cousin, my first cousin.
yeah,
so
that'd
yeah, I
be-
guarantee
that'd be a little weird.
literally nothing was going to happen. Okay, wait, hold on. We need to take a deep cut for a second. Was it the practice campaign
Okay, what about the practice campaign?
with that really awkward
exchange
Oh.
with Ryan.
wait, not the one where Ryan's trying to get kids in his van with candy. The one where Ryan is like flirting with John's character.
Yeah, that must have
Yeah.
been
Was that
practice
the practice
campaign.
That was
campaign?
the
Okay, never mind. We won't talk
pre-campaign.
about that. But yeah, there's some
Eventually, I'll release that one on the Apple Podcast, but I
Yeah.
wanted to clean up. the
That
editing
character
a
was
bit.
trying to be nice to that family that lost everything in the fire.
Let's
Trying to
not-
just get
Let's not talk
information.
about that for episodes.
I stand by my action.
Okay, I have a related question to this
Okay.
conversation, which is, did any of you have a favorite not main character? What do you like, an NPC or not main character?
Yeah, NPC.
Either that you or someone else played. And I'm going to take this opportunity to say shout out to Rug.
Rug? Oh,
Rug.
from
Oh, that's when you played.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Anne, you're my favorite listener. Sorry, guys. Rug. What? Oh, yeah, he was dumb, right? Wasn't he like
He was trying to help.
Rug? Was he
I
Russian? Was
I
Rug?
can't even remember what was so funny about him, but I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I texted you all after the episode, was like, oh my God, I love Rug. And you were like, thank you, because Michael hates him.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to follow up. It's not an NPC, but I'm already on record as saying that Holara is my favorite character.
Yeah. See, he comes in clutch after you were my favorite listener.
You love to hate him.
switching.
It was so good, though. I loved how antagonistic
everybody
you
that.
were with the team.
I loved playing Holara. And for all the girlies out there, Holara is a brand of like fast fashion clothing
I was going to ask that.
Yes. from like China. And I had just bought a pair of pants from there. And I just kept saying in my head, Holara. And I was like, Holara. I was like, this has to be my next character. It has to be.
Speaking of character names, so Sam in the practice campaign was Grinstead. And she played Melwood.
Uh-huh.
And then she had Story Avenue, which are just all the exits.
For those who live in Louisville off of 64, those are literally, so we joke around
So
that.
our next character is
Zorn.
Cannons. Oh,
Zorn.
Zorn.
Zorn cannons.
Zorn Cannons.
Wait till Mr. Blinkenbaker comes out.
I'm so glad I never made
Monsieur.
Mr. Gene Schneider.
Monsieur
Yeah.
Husborn.
I tried to do a picture. There's a Dorma Avenue in my neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
that's
crazy.
cool. I should
Yeah.
take a photo. Okay, everyone else's. What was it? Favorite character or favorite NPC?
NPC.
Yeah.
Mine was Brandon. Captain
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 Brandon.
Brandon. Oh, that's not surprising.
Just saying.
Was named after. I think all three of you had something named after you in the series.
I was a queen.
Yep,
And
you're
was
a
it? Do you
queen.
know what yours was?
I don't remember.
I did. You guys don't remember?
I don't.
Sophie, the dragon, was
I
named
was
after
gonna
your
ask
daughter.
that. I said where.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to ask where the name for Sophie.
Yeah,
That's from, I think you picked the name.
Soph.
Soph.
Oh, yeah.
And that was,
Well, thank you very much.
yeah, it was the namesake
got
from
you,
your
Dean.
daughter.
It crossed my mind.
I
but
wasn't
didn't
your
think-
favorite character, but I made sure you got in.
I liked any NPC that Mike did with his NPC voice.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
What? Yes?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So what we have here is, yes,
What we have?
got-
Yes, yes, yes. Beef leather? Yes. We got that.
Mm, yes, yes.
I
Yes,
did
yes.
have to stop myself from saying yes, yes. And then I think it was Nick absolutely broke in one episode because he looked at me, he's like, yes, yes. And I was like,
It grew on me.
It did.
Yeah.
There's little ticks that you, especially when you, because I edited the first 2 seasons, I think, solo. There were so many things I was like, oh, I gotta really stop saying this.
Every time I had to edit, there was a follow-up message to the group saying, "Guys, we have to stop coughing. We have to stop touching our mic."
Yeah, I love playing with Soph because they were my my right hand, and
Your little
I got
dragon.
extra turns and all
Yeah.
that
Left
stuff,
hand.
so.
Yep, this is left hand.
My
Oh yeah.
yeah, you're. It's actually my favorite NPC is Nick's Dorito arm. Nick's Vasso's girlfriend watching Mike have to
my
role
God.
play that because that's where a lot of yes
Yes. Where have you been? Are you
The
okay?
shell phone.
in the shelf.
Oh my gosh.
There goes my handsome man.
My other thing, so the first story we ever did, I gave Nick's character a girlfriend in that one also. That obviously I also acted out.
Adrian.
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 She was part monkey.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my.
Yeah, it got a little.
All right, I have a question for you guys. How did you guys think the pacing of the story went? Did it seem to unfold like too quickly, too slowly, or was the pacing fun?
Question for the players.
I was going for the listeners.
So yeah, the listeners.
Yeah, that's them.
Not us who play the game.
I mean, in my opinion, it was never bad. I think the pace got better, in my opinion, in seasons 3 and 4. There was season 1 started, if I'm being completely honest, a little bit slow. I think I left my review, and you guys, one of the things that I said was whichever episode 7 or 8 or something where they meet Cave Carmine
Oh, Cave Carmine. Yeah.
was where I really thought like, oh wow, this is actually much more than I was originally expecting, and that kind of hooked me. And then in season 2, I think there was at least one instance where there was like a whole episode, or maybe even 2 in a row, of combat that wore on me a little bit.
Oh yeah, we had too long of a combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were just talking about. I'm trying to come up with strategies for speeding up combat, and I started doing a little bit more in season 3 and 4, where I'd be like, okay, let's just each person
Right.
take like 7 hit points, and we'll call this finish this up.
Like we get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
To
But
kind
I
of
mean,
help
those
with
are minor points. Overall, I thought the pacing was
Nice.
The only time I it was season 3 because we abandoned all of our characters that we came to love and be invested in emotionally, and then it was like, now I have to learn all these new characters and care about them. And
Yes, Anne. You can't see me. I'm sorry. I just stole the mic from Brandon. Yes, we know because as players, we were right there with you, but we knew it was coming because we had been playing with Mike for 10 years, and this is what he does about. You get in your groove, and you're like, I know my character, I know the personality, I know where we're going, and he's like,
And we're like, oh crap,
you
something's
all
coming.
eat a flower and pass out, and there's a white fog around your face, and you wake up in a different body. And then he like hits the button, and he's like, everyone roll up new characters.
I love season 3 personally.
Season 3 was the weirdest one for me to Dungeon Master because it was the first time I've ever done Sam calls them the flashback because every story I ever write, I have a flashback series. But normally the flashback series are like hundreds of years before to set up some lore of the world, like introduce a enemy organization or something like that. This was the first time I did a flashback that was happening concurrently to the story from seasons 1 and 2. So I was like, it was hard to Dungeon Master because I needed to hit certain plot points that were already established. So it was a fun challenge, but it was definitely a stressful season, which is also why it was only, I think, 13 episodes long.
11.
11.
I had no idea it was happening at the same time. I thought it was hundreds of years before.
Damien's just really old.
Five, two,
It's D&D. I thought it was a couple hundred years old.
5 was there.
I mean, cats have 9 lives.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Next story. I need whiteboards. I
Yeah,
need all
we-
of these walls.
We talked about that.
I think I'm just going to commission Dan to take notes for me. You're going to see him sitting in the corner, and then after everything, he's going to be like, okay, Sam, this is what happened.
We have our scribe, Dan.
Somebody get Sam a corkboard and some red string.
Yeah.
Murder board.
It was a nice change of pace, though, for the season 3. Just to play a different character.
Easy for you to say. That was my third one.
Yeah. Well,
That's a great break for us.
for me and Sam,
Yeah, that's fine.
obviously.
Choices have consequences.
I didn't know going through a rift after my
we got
love
to kill
was going.
Sam's character, so that was kind
Okay,
of fun.
that was
was kinda fun.
frustrating. No, because our original recording of that, we dominated Halara, and then we had to redo it.
That's
and I
right.
rolled crappy, and Halara she started getting the better of me.
Yeah.
What happened? The
I
file
think-
got
did we-
corrupted.
Yeah, the file got
audio
corrupted.
file got corrupted like halfway through.
Because our combat with you was like
Yeah.
perfect
So
for
good.
us.
Yeah.
And then we had to redo it. And I thought Mike was just going to be like, narrate it. No,
No.
we had to re-roll dice. And you
Yeah.
know how that goes.
Yeah, the first time you guys like murdered me, like
Yeah.
real bad, and
then-
then I like
Someone may have rolled a oneer.
Yeah.
A couple.
I mean, the odds
5
over time.
Yeah, that's it.
my favorite though is like out of nowhere Nick would be like, Halara.
Sorry. We've talked about this a bit off mic before, but the characters all had different reactions when they were near or in Dorma early on. And I think related to that, first the question is, why did the characters have the reactions that they did? And then secondly, and I think it's related, is why did Benson not react? And in fact, he was like known for being sort of immune to the Dorma effect.
Yeah. So originally the characters reacting differently because Woods was mixed. So I was starting to try to be the hint that Woods had both the light and darkness, so she didn't get impacted. And I was mad at myself because I had totally forgot that I was going to keep causing damage to Vaso and Nomus when they would go in and out. And I just did it, I think, for that episode and a couple other episodes, and then I kind of forgot about it. So I was like, dang it, afterwards. So that was the reason, like, when they would cross over, they would get, like, confused because they're not supposed to be on the dark side.
Vaso got angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vasa was getting angry, and I think I was trying to play that because he had a lot of rage built up into him. So when you're on the Ivana side and you're a light person, your negative emotions are getting pulled into Dorma. So then when you then cross into Dorma, those are no longer getting pulled from you. So you're going to start feeling those emotions. So that's why he was getting a little bit more angry, was because he was always angry. Just the spell was sapping that away from him.
So that's like Benson in season 4.
Yeah, that's like Benson in season 4 when it was no longer getting pulled from him. Now he was freaking out.
I think
And then to answer your second question about why Benson didn't get impacted, I don't know. And that's
Is it a plot hole? I was going to offer a suggestion, which
Yeah.
maybe it's just the blessing of the Harbinger.
ooh, that could
that's
be
exactly
it. Yeah.
actually
Well
that's what it
done.
was.
That's exactly what it is.
That's
Yeah,
what it
right.
was. Yeah.
Should
Ding,
update
ding,
my
ding,
notes.
ding, ding.
No, that's sometimes I've learned in DMing is you don't need to know all the answers. Especially, there's a motto that I always go by life, and that is perfection's the enemy of progress. And if you're trying to wait till you have everything figured out, you're just never going to start.
Forever.
Yeah. So some of the times I'll introduce stuff. I don't know how it works yet, So now we know. It's the Harbinger's blessing. There you go.
And I thought, especially with like Nick, when he would go over, like as the seasons progressed and as Vasa would go back and go forth, it was like I assumed it was just like character growth. Like he was just like learning how to handle his emotions better and like learning to go back and forth, which I think was just an unintentional thing, or you could just smile and say, yeah, it's exactly what I wanted.
Sam. You really picked it up.
That's the thing I picked up.
And that was a very tricky aspect of this because I think we've all put together that the story was very much based on emotions and not bottling up your emotions, but working through them. And then after I was like, oh, I love this idea. Then I started playing. I was like, this is super hard to role play without telling the characters, like, why their characters tend to be more good on this. I kind of set myself up in a weird trap that I was like, how do I role play this at the table?
And so Sam's character felt good. That was because of Lucha.
Lucha was active on that side. So the gods were mostly dead on the Ivana side because the Harbinger creation was paranoid that they would do something to end the spell. So he murdered most of them. On the Dorma side, they were more active. So when Woods got onto the Dorma side, she could have a better connection with her goddess.
So it's two different reasons for the two characters. I think that's what I found confusing as a listener early on.
Yeah, it's like, because if it was just a normal merged person, they should just feel no different between the two.
Right.
But
I'm
since
not
she was-
normal.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you're the main character.
Oh, main character.
Main character.
I will say.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Everyone, wait, I have a disclaimer because I feel like sometimes I get a little slack. Oh, it's the DM's wife. I go, no, I put a lot of work in my characters and I show up and I role play. I got a problem.
I'm gonna
Email
hit
me.
him with my bow. Plus 14?
Yeah.
Does that
Does
I
the
rolled a-
28 hit?
hit? Does a 40 hit? I don't know.
Does a 32 hit? And Mike would just shake his head.
Didn't that actually happen?
No, yeah, I was.
You got over
Well,
30?
I had a plus 14.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
some
saying, a
mistakes were
plus
made.
14.
No mistakes were made.
Oh, no, not on your part. I gave you too powerful of a bow, and yeah, it was, mistakes.
I
happened.
deserved it. It made up for all the inspiration you didn't give us.
Brandon, you
What
had a
did I
question?
No, I was just gonna say that was one of the things that I appreciated about the storyline in general is how you kept us guessing. There were points in time where, like, I'm pretty sure you guys felt it as players, where, in fact, you've mentioned it, where you're like, are we doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Or, and that just tied in with doing. See, I disagree with the season 3. Season 3 was like my favorite because it's a flashback, and for you to be able to make that happen and everything tie in together was just mind blowing to me as a listener. And one of the things that I
I
appreciate.
love season 3, yeah.
Anne didn't like season 3.
It was all the other
Sorry.
seasons. All the other seasons, I was like always checking my podcast to see if there was a new one. And season 3, I just was like, well, I'll listen to it.
Well,
I noticed it.
I get it though because it's hard. I get the same way. You get invested in something, and then
Yeah.
it takes me a while to like relearn new things. So even
Yeah.
for us, it was like, wait, what are we doing? What's happening? So it almost feels like you're like starting over again. Thank you for sticking with us though, and not like giving up.
Oh, please. Oh, and I did think of another. I think my favorite episode more than the airplane drop is the one with the Chaos God where they have to play the game.
Oh, yeah. The Gen Con.
The Gen Con one.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Yeah.
Listen,
That was a nightmare.
Brandon.
Yeah, it was awful.
Brandon was there in person, so Brandon was a part of it. And listen, first of all, who let Mike just plan that by himself? Because
Well, he's the DM. He plans most things.
I know,
by
but you
himself.
think we would have like thought about that beforehand? We're all sitting up on this stage
In front of all
What
these
else?
in front of
people.
all these strangers.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, there's like ketchup packets flying in the air, and I'm like, what is happening? And then like there's a puzzle, and I'm like, what? And then Nick and Ryan are so nervous on either side of me. Mike, I think, who was drinking?
I did. I
You-
put some bourbon in my.
He's like,
Drank that pretty quick.
I mean, like, I'm like, what is going? And then we had like those. Mike was then all of a sudden Mike's like, oh, "Are you from the audience?" And I'm like, "What? What are we doing?" Just inviting random
Yeah,
strangers up.
It was like a race to finish the puzzle, and I was like,
My favorite
don't like
was
this
that
at all.
guy that I pulled up though to run the monsters in the Monte Carlo room or Monte Hall room.
Yeah.
He came up and just started immediately making like, I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is exactly what I'm expecting at Gen Con.
I hope they're listening. I hope they came
That
in
was
and they like stuck
amazing.
with us. And if you were there and you were listening right now, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for being those random strangers that listen to our podcast.
So my favorite leading up to that, I was like, okay, we're gonna have these puzzles, but I don't want to just all be puzzles. I want to have different things. That's why like the William Shacklespeare room, they had to finish the play. So I reached out to Brandon and Vicky and then Katie and AJ, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. It's gonna be like Romeo and Juliet, but condiment companies. So it's gonna be Heinz versus Hunt's. And then I think it was like AJ was like, "Oh, can we name the mayor? What's the Mayo company? Hellman's gonna be Mayor Hellman." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And then I think it was Brandon. Was it you or Vicky or texted me and they're like, "Can we bring ketchup and mustard packets and throw them at each other?" I was like, "Yes."
I can't take credit for that.
Yeah, okay. I can't remember who it was, but it was like, it was so like just awesome. Like be able to reach out to people and be like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And then they are just fully invested in it. Like, yeah, we can do this.
Okay, also side story. So the helpers had costumes. Michael orders said costumes from Amazon for them. Which one of them is like a wench's outfit? Not in my size. So I have no clue what's going on, but I see on the Amazon order that my husband has ordered like a wench's barmaid outfit. And I'm like, what is this? What is happening?
I forgot about that.
Which we still have.
Yeah, someplace.
It is now in the costume closet. I have a
Oh, that
question.
sounds TMI.
What beginning was everyone's favorite? Like,
Oh, from the four beginnings?
from the 4 different beginning, like the intros.
Oh,
The
yeah,
intro and
yeah.
outro, what was everyone's favorite? We can listen to them. Cue them up.
All right. Give me a second.
We can ask another question while Mike's working on that. If
Yeah,
anybody.
I'm fully biased, and my favorite is Sam's.
Well, that's it.
Sam's
Like,
was
Sam
good.
wrote them all, so
Did you? I was going to
Yeah,
ask where they
I
came
did.
from. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, collectively, I think I ended up writing them all, right?
I did most of the writing for the first one. You tweaked it.
Yeah.
And then from there, we updated everything.
Yeah, I think
else.
no. I guess we all. I shouldn't have said that
No,
like
I
that.
can't do
Yeah.
both things at the same time.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, you helped for sure.
But yeah,
We all
definitely
did.
the one I did. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I can't pull
The
up
one
right
I
now.
did, I definitely
Yeah.
chimed in.
I think they were all good. I would probably give the nod to Ryan's personally. I
Why don't
liked-
I remember yours?
This was the chains dragging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why the ambiance is perfect. The delivery is perfect.
That was. Oh yeah, you came to the studio. It was when the studio was
I did it
upstairs.
in one take.
And
Yeah.
You
it's
did.
So
You did.
annoyed. So
See, I-
annoyed.
I don't want to brag, but one take.
Guys, no, because when I did it, we were in the studio like an hour and a half, and I kept doing it, and so finally I stood up, and Ryan comes over. He literally says it. I look at Mike. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, we got it.
No,
I'm
you
like,
gave me. I was trying to figure out what to do for my dark voice, and there was like the character on.
Oh, the guy with the
what was that show? Once Upon a Time.
yeah, the Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kept watching those videos, and
Yes.
I'd be driving to work like trying to do that voice. And it's like,
Do it again. Do it now.
I can't remember what it sounded like.
Dan, you know it. What is
I
it?
think we've got it. Cue it up.
Welcome to my inn, the Carriage Rest Inn.
No, there was like a line in some clip that he played that was like
That's
that was
your
how I got
intro.
into Q.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
a
we-
line from the show that
You were like Britney Spears. We were just like putting it in your ear, and then
yeah,
like, you knew what to
I was
say.
like, yeah. I'll have to find it.
Please find it right now.
Mine was tough because, like, I go back and forth.
Yeah, yours is
and
hard.
So, yeah, that was
guess I
just
could
it was just tough.
I guess I could just start an episode from each of them because I
Yeah.
do have all those.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be season 1. Maybe.
Making them are so fun.
Oh, hello, weary travelers. Come on in. It looks like the bard is about to begin. I'll pour the ales over the stories, fables, and tales about the bards, battle axes, and bows taking out their ferocious foes. Just take a listen to the tales that we spin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
Oh, this might be my favorite. It's so good.
God, that was a
Yeah.
fun one. All right, and then season 2 was they were all
They're so good.
Hi, welcome to me inn. Ha ha! It looks like the bard is about to begin. I'll pour ya an ale over the stories, fables, and tales about the swords, sickles, and spells in the depths of the swells. So take a listen to the tales that we spin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
I like the flute in that one.
Yep. And then I don't know if I'm sure you guys noticed, but we had every episode or intro is trying to relate to the characters that were in that one. So bards, battle axes, and bows was Vaso, Nomus, and Woods. Swords, sickles, and spells was Kincaid. I think swords was
I had the sickles.
sickles and the swords. And then I can't remember what season 3
Well, let's
was.
listen.
Listen to it.
Oh, this was so good. Golly, I don't know how I'm going to pick. I remember making this with this coming up with the background music.
Welcome to my inn, the Carriage Rest Inn. It looks like the bard is about to begin. I'll pour you an ale over the stories, fables, and tales about Dorma's history and Vive's mystery. Let us see memories of Vive through his singular eye. So take a listen to the tales that we spin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
Ryan.
One take.
One take. Guys, it was one take.
I like that one a lot.
This one's so good
then
too.
Nyx.
My favorite on this one is the wolf howling in the back. That.
The ambiance is perfect.
Yeah.
Welcome to my inn, the Carriage Rest Inn, a place where the bard has tales that spin. As our weary travelers struggle to find their role in this world divided with souls that are full. Trust, confusion, loyalty are a greater foe than any arrow sprung from a bow. Who is dark, who is light, a constant battle over who is right. Listen as we begin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
We're so good at this. Golly.
You guys should do a podcast.
We should.
Yeah, we
you
should.
know what? Maybe.
One that like 80 episodes or so.
Okay, now that everyone has listened to them, what's everyone's favorite?
None of them are bad. I'm sticking with Ryan's. That's my vote.
Ryan's is pretty good.
Ryan's is so good.
I'm biased towards mine.
I'd have
I-
to go with Ryan as well.
You know what though? I kind of also really like the first one. I forgot. Mine's cheesy. Mine is so corny and cheesy. It's me.
But it fit the season so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Ryan's fit the season really well. I think Nick's fit the season really well. Mine was just general.
They're all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is appropriate for each
Season.
I do like Ryan's, but I've got to go with the original season.
I forgot how good the music and so fun story. Mike, for the most part, we had to layer in all that music. Like it was really cool. We got to like develop it all and like edit in the doorbell ringing and like the wolf howling. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was
Try to
fun.
figure out where to put the wolves howling. That's the
Yeah.
fun part for me. And then that's when I started playing around with like the audio engineering part. So like the very first one, you can start hearing the crowd before the door opens. But then I make that track louder when the door's opening because now you can hear the crowd. So it's like, it was a lot of fun from a learning how to edit standpoint to try to think of, oh, that's kind of cool, like, stuff like that. And then like in the first one, the storm I have playing the whole time, but once you get inside it drops down so you can't really hear it, but it's still in the background noise. It's fun to me.
I know you guys have more.
Oh, I liked them all.
Okay.
I thought Nick's was the hardest for you to go back and forth. So
Yeah.
mad props to you for doing that.
And that voice. Well, we always say Nick has like the best, deepest podcast. I remember the first time we got on mic, Nick's like, hello. Ryan and I go, I'm sorry. Who are you?
This is Nick.
This is Nick. I'm playing Vasa. We were just like, okay. Okay, Nick, you should read books on audiobooks.
A voice actor.
You should. What other questions? What do you guys got?
I want to ask about plot holes, if there are any, if you know of any, or I could suggest a few.
My favorite.
Why don't we start with your list?
No. I don't know that they are. They could be questions.
My
but-
favorite plot hole comment was in season 3. They had to fight and destroy the Colossal, and then Ryan, who picked up that the story was happening concurrently, was like, "What does he? I think we're probably gonna die because we can't destroy the Colossal." He shows up, and then they kill the Colossal, and he's like, "Is this a plot hole?" I'm like, "I promise it's not."
Right.
Like, he comes back. That's actually a reoccurring thing. Like, that was kind of my favorite. And now that Sam doesn't know that season 3 was concurrent, that
yeah.
even makes it better.
I have so much respect for every single person in this room and in the internet who remembers what seasons are what, because in my brain, it's all just a mush of things. I know.
See, I separate from Nomus, Kincaid,
Yeah, this is
Corgon,
so easy for you.
Nomus, Vibe.
Vimus. I had to play the same character the whole time. It's
I'm
exhausting.
sorry. Yeah.
All right. So now, what potholes did you notice? I'm
all right,
curious.
let's start with the
I'm
very-
sure there's.
Please tell
sure there's
us.
lots.
A very minor one, but I only noticed listening to it the second time. But Cave Carmine, his name is Carmine.
Yep.
But none of the other Dorma people have the same
Same
names
name.
as the Ivana people. But because he was the first one we ran into, it wasn't weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I listened to it again. I thought, wait, hold on. That's not
Yeah.
Carmine. How could that be his name?
I guess it just
Was it
happened
at-
to be
Plot hole
coincidence.
found.
Was it? Did he ever actually say his name was Carmine, or were we just calling him Cave Carmine?
I think he
said
did
his name
say
was
it.
Carmine,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because you guys were very confused and you were thinking like long lost brother, but that doesn't make sense because they have
Yeah.
the same name.
Right. Twin? No. That'd be weird.
And maybe we decided to do that because we wanted it to seem confusing because it should be confusing, and it might not be as confusing if he had a different name because then they might have leaned more into like the twin brother. But I was hoping,
It might have been necessary for the.
it might have
the
been a
listeners.
necessary plot hole, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
I think it was just a coincidence that they're both named
Carmine.
Carmine.
Yeah,
Carmine.
that was good.
Carmine.
Just
I mean,
luck.
I mean,
It-
they're
there's a
both
the
codes.
probability it's going to happen.
not
It's
zero.
not a non-zero.
I just thought of one. I think it's less of a plot hole, more of a mistake. We called Heaven's Cloud Brewery, right?
Heaven's Club Brewery.
Yeah, we started referring to it as Cloud 9 Brewery.
Oh,
Like
did
the
we?
last couple of episodes.
Well, you
Yeah,
guys.
Cloud 9 Brewery.
That's fine. Woods' name changed to Sam for one episode
Oh,
for Ryan.
Yeah. there is so much content that we had to keep redoing and like editing out because he just kept saying Sam, and it was like the second to last episode. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like the whole.
Right.
I was like, Woods.
we've been
No,
playing
like Sam.
D&D for 8 years, and he's like, well, Sam. I'm like, Woods. It's not my name.
Sorry.
Woods was a vegetarian in the first episode.
Yes, I know. Woods
She was
was
also supposed to be
Massive
scared of the
plot hole.
dark.
was that?
That was your
Oh
original.
yeah, that was my original
her
flaw.
very original flaw that she told me in her like player's submission to me is like flaws that would be scared of the dark. It's like, all right, cool. And then like we start playing, she's like, just gonna embrace the darkness. Like,
Yeah.
look at this, and I'm
Possessed
like,
by the god of darkness.
This does, yeah. The
wasn't tracking.
Moon. It was first of all.
The
first of
moon.
all, the moon, not the darkness. There's a difference. You're right, Anne. She was a vegetarian. Although I don't necessarily remember, and you tell me if I'm wrong, eating meat. I don't think I mentioned as much.
What about the
Beef leather.
beef leather?
We had a whole shirt.
We just talked about you always had it on you.
Yeah.
It was in your notes for your.
It was.
You should take
I think
notes.
in my brain, it was the fruit leather.
The brisket.
Brisket slice.
I was that's impossible meat.
Bubba's shrimp cocktail.
I definitely did. Okay, and good call. I was a vegetarian, but being on an adventure, I needed protein. I will say also, in the first couple seasons, I definitely talked about working out more. Like that was more of a thing that kind of died off. Like every person stops working out.
The world.
Yeah, got busy.
Got busy.
Can't get my reps in.
So, and anybody else, please jump in here if you have other points.
Other plot holes.
I don't know if this is a plot hole exactly, but I remember not feeling satisfied with the explanation given for how they got into the haunted wood, which was later revealed to be Dorma,
Oh, yeah.
but they never like went through any rift or anything.
So that is the folly of doing a Halloween themed kind of episode, because you're like, I want to play around with it a little bit. Basically, the way I was looking at it was the black dragon, that was the big Dorma dragon that was in that temple, was slowly causing a massive rift to happen around that section. And so the rift was constantly growing. So they stopped to camp for the night just on the outside of the rift. But then overnight, the rift just kept growing. So eventually it encompassed them inside the rift, was kind of where I was going with that one.
I'll buy that. I buy it. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna say, going back to Anne's question, that was my favorite episode. Reason being is our original studio, it had very bad lighting. So I put in a chandelier, and it had these 5 nice bright lights. And we get in there and Sam's like, oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Well, what Sam didn't know was on my phone, they were all smart lights connected to an app. So we get to the dark forest scene, and then we went through the whole ordeal of like, oh, well, wait, like, oh, we're going to sit up by the campfire. And I was like, okay, well, how long are you going to wait? And like, oh, till dawn. And I'm like, well, how long is it going to wait? And then when they clicked that they were going to be in the dark forest and it was a spooky theme, I immediately turned the audio music to like a spooky soundtrack and then hit a button and the lights just dimmed down to like a campfire flicker. And Sam was like, I can't see my character sheet. So I had 3D printed these torches with tea lights. So I handed each of the characters a torch. So we played that whole episode with eerie music in our ears with like flickering lights.
The absolute worst. That is my least favorite episode. And I feel like I have PTSD now. Thank you for bringing it back up. I was so mad. For those of you who don't know, most of you don't, some of you in this room know, I have problems with a few things. One, I can't hear anything. We go out to dinner. I'm like an old lady. I like Ryan's wife, Emily. I never can hear her. I'm always like,
That makes two
She's
of
like
us.
my best friend. I'm like, you got to talk louder. Again, I'm like turning my face, so my ear is like towards Emily's face. I also can't see, especially when it's dark out. Also, Nick can't see when it's dark out either. So he was like,
But I had a blast
I know.
on that episode.
I hated it.
I just
I
like
wasn't trying to LARP, okay?
Yeah, and then you could tell, and Sam was like, I was getting so anxious. I was like, yeah, but Woods would have been anxious. This is like perfect.
Yeah, because I'm supposed to be afraid of the dark.
While you guys are gone, I also thought of a question because we were talking about the intros, and each intro kind of set up the theme for the season. So I was curious what the listeners thought of when between seasons 2 and seasons 3, it went from this happy like pirate music, and then the first thing you hear in season 3 is just like horror chain rattling. Did that just throw you for a loop?
No, I loved it.
Did you love it? Okay.
I did think that it was rather dark and ominous, but I didn't put too much thought into the actual, like what was being said, because I'm the type of person when I'm watching like TV shows on Netflix, I won't watch what the title for the next episode is because I don't want.
Oh, don't want to spoil
So,
it.
yeah, more often than not, like I'll give it a once over so I can hear it, and crushed it, and then like I just fast forward through it.
Just
like,
skip 'em.
The rest of them, yeah.
Love it.
You guys skip the outros because all the seasons had like special outros too.
They started being all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing what we were saying. Like,
Yeah.
you'll listen to the first one for the season, and then okay, they're all gonna be the same.
Hashtag bring that back. Going around the table.
Oh, from season 1.
Out of character, like
I agree.
What did we do?
Season 1, we finished every episode with getting to know the table,
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
did do that.
and then we took it out because it was extra editing.
It was
and
extra
stuff we had
and
to
prep.
do,
We had to like
extra
always think
prep,
of something. And then I thought at one point we were like, oh, we're just gonna sit around the table and answer a bunch of
And
questions.
then nobody sent questions in.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
had to come up with what the questions would
in
be.
Yeah.
season 2, you specifically start the season by saying you're trying to shorten your episode length.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I imagine that takes 5 minutes off.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got better at editing, and I'm definitely more excited to go back and clean up one.
Did you all like it? We went to a point where one of us would start the episode by summarizing the episode. And then we went to, well, on the last episode, Nomis did this. And then Nick was like, oh yeah, last episode, Vassos did this, trying to do this. Like, did that help you all?
Yes.
Did you like that?
Agree.
Is that something to bring back?
And
Which
then-
one? Like,
Yeah, which one do you like?
one
better?
person summarizing everything, or each of us being like,
God,
Is
that
it-
was so hard.
Did you care? I don't remember exactly if the characters did it. I remember John summarizing.
well, we
episodes of
would
season
write it,
1.
and then
Yeah,
he would,
That was helpful.
yeah.
But also the characters saying what they did was very helpful.
I mean, that was short and to the point, I think.
It was definitely,
Like 2 lines versus like 2 paragraphs of stuff.
it was a lot of work to create episode summaries, and like we did in season 1, where John would be like, oh, we last met our adventures, blah, 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 blah. And then I think also we stopped that because of most people binge listen. So then we're like, if you're going to listen to 3 or 4 episodes in a row, that gets redundant.
Well, when they were coming out weekly, that was true, but
Yeah.
they're not anymore. So you have like sometimes 2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe longer between episodes, and the summary is really helpful.
Yeah. Maybe we'll go back to the end. Like last week, Woods did this.
Because it also helped me to refresh, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. Is that tied to what, Vaso and Woods is? Because we know, your notes,
But
going back to
then-
that.
But then we'd be like, okay, so we'd stop, we'd end recording, we'd be like, everyone write down what you're going to say. So the next time we'd come back and we'd read it, we would not understand. I'm trying to find one.
Bad note taking again.
Look at this notebook. Look at all these.
You really did try.
I tried so hard, Dan. And then when you had made the comment, maybe Sam should take notes, I tried even harder.
Look, there was even math on there.
There's math. Wait till, let me see if I can find one of the puzzle pages. See, look at this. This is wild.
Sam,
Oh, no, Maggie.
we're hearing that little tapping and the cat playing with the.
Our new kitty. She wants to be on
Podcast?
the podcast. She wants to know when the Maggie character's going to come out. Okay, well, anyway, we can move on to something else.
Are we gonna get a sneak peek for next line? Is it gonna be a season 5, or is it gonna be like a whole new?
That's actually a great question. I was going to ask that. I have 2 thoughts for how to do the next story, at least from the podcasting perspective. One of them is to just keep the Carriage Rest Tales podcast and start it story 2 as season 5. If I do that, I'll have to probably put like an intro on the first couple episodes of season 1 of like, hey, if you want our most recent story, jump to season 5. I saw Tabletop Champions that did that. But then I've also seen other podcasts that will do make a new podcast, quote unquote, called like Carriage Rest Tales 2. And that would be story 2. I don't know which way to go yet.
I think we should just, I think we should do same Carriage Rest Tales, but just like the episode titles, just be like story 2. Story 2 and then whatever story 2 episode 1, story 2 season 1 episode 1. like SS whatever. And I think we just have to write it out for a while or like name the story, whatever it's going to be, like the mafia murders or whatever it's going to be. And then just like do it that way.
And then I'll have to add because it's pretty easy to add dynamic ads, and I can make one for the beginning. Because what I don't want is, I think our season story 2, obviously like our mic presence, our audio background, our editing's better. So I'd want new listeners to preferably start with the newer material, because I don't want to lose listeners on the rougher first story, which is why I was thinking like just a whole separate podcast. But I could add a little.
What did Sneak Attack do?
I don't remember what they did between their 2 stories.
I can look it up.
We'll have to make a note to look it up later.
Yeah.
But don't you worry about losing followers who
have it like subscribed. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Well, and I think even if we just like, hey, you're listening to story number 2. If you're, check out, story 1, the Light in the Darkest series here on this podcast or whatever. I think we just do something like that.
Yeah, and then you can add the reverse to the early episodes, right? This is story 1, but now we're on story 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would work too. Yeah.
Right.
Cat's very distracting down there.
She's biting it.
Try me to put her up.
Yeah, keep Oscar down here, but just put him up.
I'm just going to close the gate. Hold on.
Yeah.
Somebody grab her. Grab the cat.
Sorry, little break. You guys don't get a chance to hear that ding as often as it gets used.
They should never hear it.
I kept one in one of the episodes because I thought it was really funny to keep it in there. But I can't remember what episode it was.
He was just.
It might be the one shot that I'm editing right now.
Yeah, he's down here.
He's down here, Sam. Yeah, we use the ding for when I know there's going to be a break. I could cut out that whole section.
Or somebody cusses and
Sam cusses. Or
was it the recent episode with Sam?
Not always.
She's just
Most
the biggest culprit.
Not always.
who gets edited the most? Who's the worst? The pottiest mouth.
Sam.
Okay, I have the pottiest mouth. But it's always really funny, which kind of Mike gets so mad.
Well, I get mad because I want to leave the energy, and like I just bleeped it out one time because I was like, oh, the energy and like emotion is perfect, but use a different word.
I know.
Stop it.
Mike's coughing gets edited. Nick touches the mic. He says Mike's or Nick's and then there's more mic touching. Ryan, also this is my favorite. Ryan, you guys might notice when he speaks sometimes he just like his cadence of speaking, there's longer pauses between words. So sometimes when I edit him, I shorten him up a bit.
I do that too.
Yeah, and so I think you're just a really dramatic speaker.
My cadence is off.
A lot of times we're editing out us trying to figure something out or Mike explaining something or a really funny political joke that Ryan and I have made
that I need to take out.
that we just need to take out because, it's
I try to keep
not
it
a place.
politics free.
Yeah,
so
it's just
people
not a
don't
place for it. It's
escape
family
to.
friendly and whatever. But, we are people, so.
Can you tell us you're super fans, and then you can cut it out of this episode?
Oh, golly.
I can't think of any right now.
I
off the top
can't.
Of my head, but
Most of them are inappropriate.
Yeah. There was wondering about doing unedited releases. So like on the website, behind the paywall, for example, just doing completely raw, unedited. But then I was like, I don't even want to mess.
Well, and I
that.
think there's some stuff. I mean, there's truly just some stuff that we just say that I wouldn't want people outside of the room hearing, taking out of context or whatever. So we try to clean up. And we really want to be family friendly. Like, that's important to us. I always feel like if you can make me laugh or entertain me without being crude or rude or disgusting, like, then you're truly funny, you
Agreed.
know? And I feel like that's what we're trying to do. Next time we record, though, and we got to cut something out, and I'll just, send it to you.
Yep.
Just be like, here's Sam and Ryan being dumb. What else?
I have a question. Since you guys has said you started re-listening to some of this stuff, did you notice any like foreshadowing stuff in the second time you listened through it?
Yeah, that was why I asked if any of the players have gone back and re-listened, because like I think it was, I forget if it was the first or the last episode of the first season, but the pillar was hollow, or the statue was hollow, and Vaso was like, no, I don't have time to look at that right
now. I'm looking for my dad.
Kevin or whatever his name is.
Kevin Clyde. Oh.
Like Mike is like, did you want to like investigate that or anything? And he's
No.
focused on something else. And so I was just curious if like, and I'm sure that the whole series is littered with stuff. And I'm also just so impressed, Mike, at how much thought you put into the life of the story from the very beginning.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. No. It should be a book,
Hey.
or like a graphic novel or something. It'd be so good.
I mean, I'm looking at the
Do
Nomus Vive painting right now.
Oh,
Just all the
yeah.
level of detail in that we totally did not see in the beginning.
Nothing. I looked at it.
Was amazing.
So I guess, did we ever share that?
It's on the website.
It's on the website. So for those of you who aren't here and can't see it, we're talking about the thing that's on the website. I remember.
The Tapestry of Nomus is what it's under on the.
Also rebuild at Gen Con.
Yep.
Also rebuild at the Gen Con
huge
episode.
thing. And I remember looking at this being like, what is this? Like, what? Like, this is weird. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, I get it.
It makes total sense.
It makes so
looking
much
at it now.
sense.
I somehow completely missed that the Colossal had the person inside of him, the God of Destruction, which is revealed in Vaso's solo episode in season 1. Oh, I don't think you know who it is, but you know someone's in there.
Someone's in there. Yep.
100% forgot and was blown away like in season 3
when
or
it
something.
comes
what
back
happens in-
around,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, what? So, yeah, I caught that the second time.
And I thought of something. You can hit the ding button because I'll edit this out. For those of you who aren't a super fan, we told the story that we edited out. That's why we all just came back and
That's why we
laughing.
edited it out again.
Become a super fan and you can be a part of it next time.
You can be a cool kid. What other questions? Brandon, you had a notebook full.
So no, I actually have one off the top of my head. Of all of the campaigns that you guys have done playing D&D, would you say this ranks?
It's a tough one. I'm going to be honest and say I still like my Thigh Torn campaign, which is the first that was like a 3-year campaign I wrote. I guess this was a 3-year campaign also. That one was fun, but it could just be the nostalgic that it was the first long form campaign that I wrote. That wasn't just like 10 sessions or so.
Well, that was the first one That was the first Nick and I had ever played.
Yeah.
Was in that one, right?
Well, Nick had started. So my D&D adventures, I tried to be a player first, and then all the campaigns I was in, the Dungeon Master got busy, people would flake out, and they fizzled out. So finally, after I had married Sam, I was like, I want to really start playing Dungeons & Dragons again, but I think I'll have to run it. So I told Sam, like, hey, I'm going to start playing Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to host it at the house. And she's like, oh, get married and now you're going to drop this on me.
Nerd alert.
And then it was like Nick, Ryan, Kevin. There was, I want to say 10 guys, but I knew they were all not going to be able to make it every week. So I wrote a campaign that was based around the city guard. And so whoever showed up for the session, that's who was on shift, which was very stressful to plan for, but it also really helped me adjust on the fly because I couldn't necessarily plan for 4 people because I didn't know if 4 or 8 people would show up. But then from that, I noticed that Nick had came to every session and Ryan had came to every session.
No, I want to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
Again, we're debriefing after I'm not even playing, and Mike's like, I don't know if Nick likes D&D. I go, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know, I can't tell. I'm like, Michael, He literally comes every single time. He's the only person that's always there. Oh, yeah, he is. I was like, I think he likes it. Oh, yeah, I think he does.
And then I guess the other thing that happened during that was Sam, for the first, let's say, 2 sessions, just stayed in the bedroom, was like reading a book. And then the next couple of sessions, she'd come out to get a snack and kind of linger in the kitchen a little bit. And then
We did not have a big house.
We
at
did
that
not have a
point.
big
Yeah.
house. We had a small house that had lots of sound reflection. And then all of a sudden we'd be playing and we just hear laughing from the couch in the living room, which is next to the room we're
Which is
playing
literally,
in.
yeah.
And then the last couple of sessions, she was just basically standing at the doorway.
I was like, what is this?
And then I went to Ireland for work for a little while, and Sam had called me when I was there. She's like, okay, so I want to try playing now. And that's when we did the Thigh Torn campaign, which was the 3-year one that I did with...
That's Lena Banandari, right?
Yeah, that was Lena's story.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun, but it might just be because it was the first time I had like a set group. We were running through a long campaign. It might be the, rose-colored glasses. If I were to see it in person now, I might cringe and be like, oh, that was so bad.
No, I think it was so good.
It was one of my favorites. Yeah.
I think it was one of my favorites. It was I think it was my favorite.
I could edit this out, Ryan, if you don't like it. But one of the things, one of the campaigns that fizzled out was one that Ryan was running.
Oh, God.
And it was amazing. And then we got to this point where we had to seize a castle. And then we just never met again.
It was hard. I was like, I don't know
DMing
how
is
this
so
is going
hard.
to work.
So fast forward, we're doing to this Thigh Torn campaign, and I'm running it. And there's a scene that we finish on a cliffhanger where they have to escape a castle that's being seized. And Ryan just looks at me with wide eyes. Like, what are you doing?
That was
It's a core moment of mine.
that was so fun. So I played a very similar character. Woods was drawn from, it was a ranger elf called Lena Banyadari. And Nick was Chad the Barbarian, which I don't know
It does slip every once in a
It-
while.
it
I
does
think I
come-
edited them all out, but there's some I'm sure I missed.
Yeah, and then you played Guinevere, right?
Gwen, the half-drow druid.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fun.
That's one
She showed no mercy.
I wish we
Poor
recorded.
goblins.
Well, that's what we decided to
Those
start
poor
recording,
goblins.
I think. Yeah, that's when we decided we should start recording near the end of that one.
Mhm.
And Sam ran one for 10 sessions or so.
Oh yeah, I am not, guys.
You did good.
No, I am not a DM, which I'm gearing up to DM a little
One-shot.
Thanksgiving one shot in a couple weeks, which will be fine.
I will say
I can't do it.
I think Sam's a better one-shot dungeon master than I am. Because she gets very good with the NPCs and has a lot of fun with it. But she did not like doing long-term DMing.
It's horrible, and I
It kept
could.
ruining her story.
Listen, there's no way I'm doing that if Dan's listening. Are you kidding me? No, the accountability that this one has, not happening.
And then we did the practice campaign, and then we did this campaign.
Yeah.
So, what, 5? So is what that count comes out to be?
Yeah, there's a couple small things in between too. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of one-shots.
There's like COVID. We played online, which was weird.
I didn't like
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like that either. I like being in the room, but I mean it was COVID, so we were
trying
just
to make it work. Yeah.
trying to do things. Anyone else? Any more questions? Do we have any questions for the listeners? Or super fans?
Already kind of. I know Dan answered this question already, but at what point did you get attached to the story? So at what point where you're like, oh yeah, this is. I want to keep listening to this.
Season 4 for me. I'm just kidding. I got my wings.
I mean, for me, it was right away. I can't remember like when I got attached to the story. I can't remember if the story was as right away as just the podcast generally, because it came out. What did it started in like 2022.
September of 2022.
So we were still. It was not like heavy in in COVID, but it was still like people were leery about gathering. And I had one young kid and I was pregnant with my second at the time. And like, it was, it's hard to like get out and see your friends when you're having a life change like that, in addition to and in the context of COVID, like particularly hard to get out and see your friends. And so I felt like I got to hang out with you guys. Aww. And I would listen to it just because I felt like I was hanging out with you.
Oh, I love it.
I have a funny comment on that before I saw Brandon get ready to answer. I remember Brandon one time texting me, or we were talking about something, and he's like, I sometimes forget that I haven't talked to you in a long time. Because he hears us, and then he forgets that I actually haven't talked to Brandon in a couple months. And he's like, oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Because it feels so much like being in the room with you that you do forget that, like, I'm not actually participating.
So for me, it was also instantaneous, but it was ironic too, because like I've got friends that try to do things. Like I had a friend that wanted to be a rapper, or one that wanted to be a singer. They're like, oh, here's my CD, give it a listen. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I will, because I'm like a good guy and I'll listen to it. And
because Brandon's the nicest human being in the entire world. Like that, sure. Like caveat there, literally the nicest person ever.
He's your favorite listener. Favorite listener.
Yeah, you're my favorite.
Yeah, but Sam, he's about to say how he doesn't actually like the music. So.
Even if I don't like it, like I gotta figure out like a positives, because you don't want to crush and be like, oh, I didn't like music. So like in my mind, Mike's like, hey, I got this podcast, Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, I do remember liking Dungeons and Dragons, and I do think that it would be cool. I will absolutely listen to it. And in my mind, I was like, hopefully this is great, and that I don't have to, find positive things to say. And honestly, like from the beginning, like one of the things that makes it so great is you can have, chemistry, but not a great storyline, and it still be like an okay listen. Or you can have theatricality and maybe not a great storyline, and it can still be, you can skate by with that. But when you have something where you guys have theatricality, you have a fantastic storyline. I can't give you enough kudos for that. And the chemistry, thank you, between you guys, like it is evident that you guys have worked together before. You guys play off each other really well, and it's just it's great. It just puts together like a great movie. Great book, as it should be, Mike. Yeah, so instant, thankfully.
I, as you can tell, I'm not used to sharing a mic. I keep trying to grab it.
I can share with you, Brandon, if you want.
I totally lost my train of thought. Thank you. Thanks, Brandon. I think you're right, is what I was going to say. I think we are all friends. We've been friends for, oh my gosh. We've been friends with Nick for 13, almost 13 years.
We met him at our Jack and Jill party.
We met him at our,
Jack and Jill party.
Yeah, which was 11 years ago now, almost 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've been friends with Ryan. Shortly after that, we met Ryan through,
work.
Yep.
Work. So I think the cool thing about like this table is I've always felt like super safe just to like say anything, be stupid, be silly. Ryan's always singing. Nick's always rolling his eyes.
At me singing.
Yeah. Like we've always just felt a lot like a family, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah. So we're friends first, and it's just fun to play.
Yep. Second time.
I have a question. So there's a couple different styles of D&D podcasts, right? Like we do real play, like live at the table, where we're role playing, but we're also like rolling the dice and talking through it and table talk and stuff like that. Is that like a style that you guys like, or have you had the opportunity to listen to more fast-paced D&D, like highly production style podcast? Do you like how we do it? Do you wish there was less of anything that we do?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Don't change anything. It's fantastic. No, I appreciate the choose your own adventure aspect of the way that you guys play. Those books were very nostalgic to me, and it's you get a sense of that through your guys' gameplay in each episode, and that's also could be one of the reasons that I love listening to it so much.
I really just want you to host like late nights with Brandon. You're like you got this like smooth DJ voice. I like it.
I don't know if I have much to add to that. I don't listen to any other D&D podcasts, but I do like your formula. I think it works. I mean, we've talked about little things that we could tweak, like combat length or something, whatever.
Yep.
But that's, don't change the underlying formula.
Not that I want you not to just go re-listen to our podcast for the third time, Dan. But if you're looking for somebody in the interim, I think check out Sneak Attack. So
I have heard of that.
yeah. So it is the first. So it's the
That's when that got Sam into D&D.
Got me into
One of
D&D.
them, other than our other story we just talked about.
yeah, and it they're a lot like us. They don't record anymore. They had 3 seasons come out of the same storyline, and then they switched and did a different Altarian or something like that. But they're really good. They're really funny. They're also family friendly. So if you're out in the market looking for a stopgap between our next story, I highly recommend them.
That was actually one of the driving factors of why we did family friendly. One, we're not very crude people in general. But then also we had listened to the Sneak Attack and we're like, oh, this is nice. It was family friendly. So it wasn't, sometimes D&D can just get grotesque or gory.
Yeah, weird.
And weird. So like, I appreciated like, oh, the family friendly, that had to stay focused on content.
Mm-hmm.
So then we like looked to try to find other podcasts that were like that. And like, we couldn't find any.
It was hard.
So we were like, oh, well, if we can't find any, let's just make ours family friendly also.
And the other podcast that I like, and I've only listened to the first season, but I think they're on 2 or 3 now, is Roll20. They are fast paced, so there's no kind of table talk, there's no rolling. It's very highly like storytelling, but they're really good. They're actually based out of Nashville, and we've chatted a bunch, especially when we kind of first started. We chatted and like shared a lot of ideas. But they're another podcast I was just listening to.
I wasn't looking for a D&D podcast early on. I forget how I heard it. It might have been from you, Mike.
Probably.
And
me or Ryan.
We used to work together, and yeah, you might have reached out. I think that is what happened. But like Brandon said, I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not really looking for this, but you're a pal, I'll give it a try. I listened to several episodes, and I'm the kind of person that I never bail on pretty much anything after 1 or 2 episodes, whether it's a TV show.
Usually
or
want to
whatever.
give it a few episodes.
Yeah, I always think, they're always laying the groundwork. It's their pilot, whatever, And that's why, when I got to 8, that was a turning point for me personally.
When you're like, oh, there's more to this world than just
Yeah.
the good. They're on the good side. You're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Right. Now I know, this is going to be an interesting story, not just me following my friends, sort of vicariously through this world.
I have a funny story about you guys are, for the most part, you guys are our friends, right? So for the most part, you're friends. We live in your ears. For the most part,
Rent-free.
every 2 weeks, twice a month on average. I have a colleague that said she was into D&D. I'm like, oh, we have a podcast. You should listen. So she texts me, oh my gosh, loving it. I'm 4 or 5 episodes in. This is so cool. My whole family's D&D. I'm going to share it with everyone, and I love this. So then I see her in Nashville for an offsite, and she's crying. She's laughing so hard. She's like, I have got to tell you something. So I'm listening to your podcast, and she's still in season 1, and she's like, and I'm laying in bed and I'm listening to it, and then I turn it off and I go and I listen to some sleep sound to put me to sleep. Well, I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear your voice and you are just talking to me. And she's like, my phone went to the newest episode that you guys released, and it's just you at 4:00 in the morning. And she's like, "This was highly inappropriate."
That literally happened to me too. At one point, I woke up 4 a.m. and I don't know if it was Sam, but something dramatic had just happened. I wish I could remember the details, but I think it might have been when Halara died.
Oh.
It was, and I just heard a snippet of something dramatic. I don't know what's happening, but I gotta listen to this. But it was a weird
Your
experience.
favorite character dying.
I know.
Yeah, I was sad.
Oh no.
I can't handle this right now.
I will say that's one thing I hope in the next storyline we can dabble more with, and going back to Anne's grid. We've always played good characters, but when we did the flashback, we got to play evil characters. Halara was evil. Halara didn't really know he was evil, right? He was just trying to survive. But being able to play more evil neutral, evil good characters, I think will be a lot more fun. It will be fun.
Yeah, and that's when I was writing this story. You're talking about evil characters not knowing they're evil. That's what I loved about this story and stories in general. Is very rarely you're actually gonna have a person that's oh, I'm just gonna be evil. They're either think they're on the right side for what their beliefs are. It's just not the right side, or Damien, don't have the emotions attached to it. So they don't even understand that they're being evil, amoral, I guess is the term for that. But yeah, it was fun throwing you guys in to be hey, be more darker characters and let's play with it.
Is there a character type or class you want to see us try to play next season?
Good question. As we're trying to figure out our characters for the next story.
I mean, I purposely did a bard for season 1 because I was they can be goofy and funny, and I try not to play the Debbie Downer character for season 1.
I will commit to not playing
a ranger.
A ranger elf.
Right.
I will not play a ranger elf.
I don't know the universe of possibilities here or anything, but I do like Ryan's characters. As a class, I think yours are the most interesting and creative.
Well, he's had so many.
I've had so many.
Well,
yeah,
a lot of opportunities, but they were
bard,
all
assassin,
good.
sorcerer.
Well, Woods and Vaso just get boring after a while.
Yeah.
That's why we have plus 14 to things.
Well, I felt like I was familiar with your all's classes. I knew generally what he was doing, but I often was not familiar with Ryan's character class.
Yeah, especially the Tabaxi. That was cool.
Right.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah. It was Tabaxi's newer.
Yeah.
It was one of the more recent releases.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be a cat playing a musical instrument?
With a feather in his
A
cap.
feather in his cap.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
With that, do you guys? I'm curious from the listener's perspective if you like high magic worlds or more low magic worlds, because I hear both routes. Because some people are like, "Oh, high magic, it's fun, it's different than what I normally would see." Then I also hear people that are like, "It's hard for me to relate to a high magic world because it used to be solved with magic." So I'm always curious what listeners prefer, high magic or more traditional medieval.
I think magic is one of the things that makes Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so you like the higher magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody who participate, all of you, the players and you, Michael, too, you're all very thoughtful. I have a hard time imagining you guys playing someone who's not relatable or not compelling.
Yeah, as long as the magic's not like a Deus Ex Machina type situation, right? Oh, there's a spell for every problem, right?
Yeah.
That's lame. But yeah,
like
definitely
the
agree that
MCU
part of
got
it.
like that.
Yeah.
With time travel. Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Sorry.
Because we're nerds.
Sidebar. Michael and I
No, I
literally
agree,
we sit on the couch and have conversations about the MCU timeline. I don't want to play, and we've had this conversation. I don't want to play in a world that has guns. For me, that's just not something I want to do. I don't mind if there's a pirate that we meet that maybe has something.
Like a musket.
Like a musket or something like that. But for me, I don't want to. That's not fun for me. That's a little too close to reality.
I mean, the guns would have to be a lot less lethal to make it an interesting story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the funny part about that was I originally pitched this story to the players as a steampunk world.
Mm-hmm.
So Ivana was going to be a steampunk world, And they were like,
Nope.
no. And I was like,
And it was,
it was like
I think
unanimous.
Sam was definitely Michael Brecky.
I
This is
said,
not what I asked for.
absolutely not. I said, we are not launching this podcast with some weird thing. We're going high magic, fantasy, spells, basic classes. We'll hook them first, and we can do weird. I literally said, we do weird later on.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I literally
That's
said,
case in point from the.
we can do weird stuff later on.
So that's actually why Dorm was a little bit more steampunkish with their cities, because I was like, dang it, I want to get this in.
The like traveling cities.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
traveling
Yeah.
cities. And I was like, I'm going to get this in somehow. I'll do it in the other world.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know. I like high fantasy, medieval. Like I just like it's the fun. It's the part that I want to escape to.
Got plenty of the real world.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
plenty of the like that was the other thing, like no electricity. Like that's not something I want to build a campfire. Oh, I guess this is a good question. We've been talking about next story, playing around with like tracking money,
Economy.
like having some sort of an economy and like us having to keep track of how much money that we have and actually buying stuff. And do you guys feel like that would be interesting to listen to?
It sounds, I don't know. I mean, again, like, I mean, I think you guys could make it interesting. And if it's not, you'd probably cut it out of the episode. And
We just forget about it.
Just introduce it and be like, and what's going on over here?
Cut to
Like-
3 years later, Dan being like, so up at season 1, you guys were tracking money. And then all of a sudden, like, were you just broke or really rich?
Or Woods' arrows.
Yeah. I tracked all of my arrows. Look at
That's
my
why your
sheet.
notes are
Look,
so messed
All
up.
of her notes are just arrows. Yeah.
Look,
I had
see?
500 arrows.
No, I had 40 arrows.
Started with 283.
Your bag of holding.
in
your
my
bag of
I
holding.
had an extra quiver in my bag of holding. It's not my fault. They just gave me a bag of holding, and no one checked to see
You
what I was putting in
specifically
it.
said you had 40 at one
I-
point. Yeah,
See?
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And olive. Look, I had a rope, fabric strips. I had a bunch of fun stuff we never got to. Veggies. I had a pillow.
if it
Were they
was
all
not,
touching?
And a picture frame from his
Veggies.
dead dad.
Veggies, that's because you
Kevin.
were a vegetarian, right?
For one episode.
Kevin.
Kevin,
I had a picture frame of Kevin in my bag of holding.
Oh, God.
what was the original question?
I don't know.
I think if the money
Money
was
tracking.
not like
Oh, the track.
a very important, like, if it wasn't driving the story, but it was just something to keep people accountable. But I don't feel like, at least in the season that just, or the story that just ended, I don't feel like you guys were like wild spenders that needed to be held accountable to a pocketbook.
Yeah.
I do agree with that because I remember like early on, like the very first instance where you guys were like, oh, and then we like pay with, like I assume we have money, and Mike's like, oh yeah, you can. And they're like, oh, just pay, but there was no tracking, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then like as it progressed, like there were like a few more instances of that, but like it was never abused.
Yeah.
So I don't think that like it really like if you guys really know about all these guns, knives and swords and bow and arrows.
Well, 99% of our enemies were Denoa that never had
Never dropped
loot
anything,
or
yeah.
anything on them. So trying to find that out adventuring
Right.
wasn't possible. So you did a good job of like, all right, here's some magical stuff, you know, that you can have
That's kind of
that's just given to you instead of traditional D&D. You go and fight the
Makes sense.
yeah.
Surprisingly, in our personal life, Mike's like, it's fine. He doesn't hold me accountable to money.
it's a problem.
That is the problem.
But
Is that why you want to do it in the story? Do you want to
It's actually just micro dosing for you.
Pull out your checkbook.
My character has an actual checkbook. I got a balance. I have a budget.
All the other players don't have anything.
It's just
an
for
allowance.
me. He makes me return things I'm not using.
Careful, Mike.
I'm in the red.
No, but in all seriousness, I do agree with your all sentiment. Like the money, I think it would be distracting to track it. But I do want to follow up that I think the items are maybe underused. Sam's bow is OP. I I think that's fair.
Yep.
There were a handful of other magical items that you guys got, but I think you could do a lot of fun stuff with sort of incremental equipment gains. Magical equipment over time that accrues.
Kind of what I was
Here's a good
wanting
idea.
to do. That's why I want to add in.
I'm sorry.
Inspiration.
What did you want to say, Brandon? What was that?
I said or inspiration.
Or inspiration.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons that I wanted to add in economy. Is I wanted to next story try to add in more single-use items. So, like, they never have healers typically. They have some healers this time, but not a lot. So it's like, let's try to add health potions or maybe magic scrolls, stuff that might be fun for them to use and interact with. But then I need a way to limit that so that's not just always available, because then that just becomes the +2 sword or the bow that's got a +14. Like trying to figure out a way to combat that.
Speaking of money, which has nothing to do with money at all, we were talking about inspiration. I think, hear me out, when you guys start the next season, Ryan starts out with inspiration. And here's why. He uses the last spell slot for cure wounds for Woods.
Or in that episode, you can call me Sam.
Sam. Yeah,
Sam.
for Sam.
Yep. I like it. I made a note while you were talking about other fun magic items. I have to remember the circlet of flying. With
yeah.
with Vasa.
Almost jumped in the river.
Yep, almost drowned.
Hilarious.
You could fly.
Not to mention you had a dragon.
You had a dragon that you could fly on.
You do this the hard way.
A circle.
Immediately sinks.
I like to make things harder myself.
It was.
There were so times I like crown.
No, the
What do you mean,
amount.
Halo?
The
I'm
amount
dead.
of things that we did in the studio, arms that were happening.
That is one of the reasons I really want to try to figure out how to get we've talked about trying to do a video aspect, not for streaming live, but for Instagram. We could take a snippet of Ryan being
yeah.
come on.
I feel like I was also always holding up my notebook. I was just flipping through. It says floor is lava, and I was just up in the air.
Well, any other remaining questions or?
All right, DM, give us the backstory on Damien. When did he merge, and why was he doing what he was doing?
So Damien was an amoral character in both Ivana and in Dorma. He was very focused on solving puzzles and understanding everything that he could. In season 3, he does merge, and I'm trying to remember what the timeline was. I think it was 12 years or so before the players got to Black Bay Harbor. So he had already been merged for a decade by the time the characters had met him. And then it was interesting because I didn't actually build the 4 generals until later. So Damien would have met Nomus and recognized him as Vive's other half, but I didn't know that when they originally met. But then I was like, okay, it would make sense he'd kind of keep that secret because he runs a secret operation. But then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool how this works out. And then it wasn't around until I think it was around the time Cave Carmine came around that I started putting together well, what's the next season going to look like? What's the other half look like? Okay, Damien's going to have these generals. And then I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to make Nomus is one of them. So
Damien was great. Yeah, I mean, he completely throws you off the track early on. I want to say one of the season 1 episodes, I think it might be Sam Solo, where she witnesses that medical operation that they're doing. And I think it's then that they reveal that Damien had kind of lied to whoever he was in the room with about what actually was happening. Mm-hmm. He sort of said, oh, we found this guy's shadow in Dorma and he died. That was 2 days ago. We're holding this man to see what's happening.
Happens. Yep.
And then
really
Sam
it's happening
sees
at
it
the
or
same
something
time
from the roof, and it's like, no, they just killed him right now. They're taking his organs out or something.
Yep. And that was what Nomus had saw.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
That's what made me distrust.
Yeah,
because Sam was in the room, maybe.
Yeah, Sam was in the room, but she couldn't see them torturing the Dorma citizen, whereas Nomus was on the roof looking down at the scene but couldn't see that there was a wall that Woods couldn't see what was happening in the other room. So from his perspective, it looked like Woods could see everything that was happening.
I was so confused. Why? Because like,
Well, that's because you didn't listen to the episodes.
well, yeah, because they were all individual. But then
Yeah.
like, Ryan really like it felt weird because our whole bantering was not there. Like, it was hard to play those episodes.
It was hard for me too. But that's what Nomus would do.
That's good.
It was when it always felt right when Nick and I were fighting. And Ryan was like, they're just like trying to get us to get along. Like that's when those are peak D&D seasons.
Yeah.
Until he was campaigning.
He's like, what is wrong with you
Yeah,
people?
you guys are weird.
I guess I have one more question for next storyline. When we're doing role playing at the table, do you guys prefer when we're like acting out in character or just describing the actions, or does it not? Because we kind of do both, or does it not really matter to your preferences?
I mean, I'm not expecting a full-on theatrical play. The way that you guys do it and mix it up is
Yeah,
Okay.
it can be both.
I don't know if we need to try to focus, especially for myself, need to focus more on the role playing everything out or not. Anne, what were you going to say?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I like, again, like asking about the grid. Like I like knowing why the player is making the decision, because I guess it helps me. Maybe it's my noviceness with me, or maybe there are more people who feel this way, but like I guess I want to know, like, is it the player making the decision or is it the character making the decision?
Oh,
And so
gotcha.
I like hearing the player talk through what their character is thinking, because it helps. I don't know, like I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Makes a ton of sense.
I would add, though, that I don't think the characters need to repeat everything that the player just said on mic, right?
So that's
Occasionally.
that's something that we're actively trying to work on, is
Next story, yeah.
trying to figure like, okay, either we're gonna talk about it and then we're gonna move forward, or we're gonna just role play it. A lot of times what happens too, and this is a lot that gets edited out, we say we're gonna do something and then Mike repeats it. And like we're like, okay, and when it's happening at the table, it's fine. But we try to edit a lot of that out. Because then you're just like, okay, well, we've talked about it, then we role played it, and then Mike repeated it, and we're just like, okay, that was 6 minutes, and I shot my bow. Like that's all we've done.
So I would clarify. So for me, it's less. I enjoy the role. I don't need to hear like why you're having a conversation necessarily, but I like knowing why a character makes a decision.
Yeah.
You know, like,
So like, you know, Woods is really nervous right now. She doesn't understand what's going on. Like that kind of.
well, and like
banter.
going, like, well, and at the beginning, like I was asking about people's alignment. I would maybe it would be nice to know where people align when we meet the character the first time. And so that then you could say, like,
We'd have to know that though.
Oh.
So I could tell you I'm a great character, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm great, I'm good." And then as it unfolds, Talara would have told you they were
Amazing.
they were great, they were good.
And nobody thinks of themselves as evil, right?
No,
Right.
surviving out here.
okay, well, let me ask a question that is just a novice D&D player question. Like, so I guess in the one campaign that I participated in, we did have to know that up front, and we like told the table. Is that not? Maybe that's just a misunderstanding on my part. Is that not how D&D works?
No, it definitely. I think there's just the cool thing about D&D is that every DM kind of can run things just a bit differently, right? So a lot of times if you're playing just at the table hanging out playing, it does make a lot of sense to understand where everyone's aligned. As a DM, to just check on people to make sure somebody's not gonna do something dumb and like be, just be like lawful chaotic and just wreak havoc for no reason. I think for us in this format, we didn't necessarily want to reveal that. We didn't know. To be fair, like, again, Woods would have said she was lawful good. There's a lot of things that she did that was definitely not lawful good. She threw a guy off a blimp. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's just a mix. And it depends on the format you're playing and the DM.
But I will say, sorry.
Because people are complicated. Period.
Yeah.
You know, but so that's why I say, like, maybe that's just the campaign that I played in, and because I mean, I feel like in the campaign where I played, there were even moments where other people would be saying, like, oh, I really want to do this, but my character is blah blah alignment, so I can't, or I feel like what my character really would do is such and such because of their alignment.
And we talk about that a lot, like metagaming and knowing, like, me as Sam knows X, Y, and Z. Wood only knows X, right? So I need to make sure the decisions and her actions are based off the fact that she only knows X. It's hard to do. Like, it's really hard to do because you wanna have a great story and you want to be a good person, but sometimes you gotta throw a guy off a blimp.
Happens everywhere.
It's
Everyone.
Yeah, characters can change for sure.
I think our characters changed a lot.
Mine totally did.
I mean, Noma's stayed the same
3 or
the
4
whole time.
times.
Anybody have any other thoughts, questions?
Well, I had a question for Mike. Do you use AI at all with, like, creating your?
I have not yet. It might be something I'll look at tools for the next stories. Don't you dare.
Episode summaries, maybe?
Could do episode summaries maybe. But yeah, everything I've been doing. So I pull a lot of inspiration from, I am obsessed with stories. I just love stories in any sort of medium. So video games, movies, anime, books, podcasts. So I pull a lot of inspiration from the most random of places. So like this storyline, for example, was a lot of inspiration pulled from therapy. I'm sure you put that together. Also quantum mechanics. So quantum mechanics, you have electrons that can exist in 2 different spots at the same time. So I was like, well, that's kind of cool. What happens to it in the other times and that type of stuff. There's an anime that's called Twin Star Exorcists that has to do with like portals and stuff like that. And then Taoism for the yin yang of there's always a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. I was even talking to Sam, something that came up that at the very end of the very last episode, the Harbinger creation kept picking up golden orbs, not doing anything with them, putting them down and moving to the next one. Well, what was going to happen and what I was setting up was if Woods would have touched one of those golden orbs, she would have been like, oh, you know, he's watching his wife walk down the aisle. They have their first kiss, they celebrate. His wife's walking down the aisle. They have the first kiss, they celebrate. His wife's walking down the aisle. And we realized that the Harbinger was trying to capture all these positive emotions, but at the same point, he was just sticking people in the state of their best memories. And even though it was their best memories on repeat for eternity, it's going to get stagnant. So the idea that even all good is still not right. Like you need ups and downs, you need wanes and waxings. So that was a lot of inspiration pulled from like Taoism in that sense.
We did use we used AI for one thing, and that was
characters
in January when we started season 3. I had an AI bot make us pictures of Halara, Korgon, and Huron, which was kind of a lot of fun. But that was it. We're definitely kind of boomers in that phase.
Aspect, yeah.
I'm definitely a boomer. This is the only thing I've ever used AI for.
Mm-hmm. But I might use it in the next one. So where I might use it immediately next is at the very beginning of the seasons, I used to display a map and I'd move the characters around on the map so we would all we'd still be doing theater of the minds because the listeners can't see, but they had at least all the same understanding of what the room looked like. But that takes prep because then I need to have a room already set up and then characters to move around the screen. So I stopped doing it because it was just a lot of extra prep to do. But then I started noticing when I was editing that we do have situations where I need to re-clarify where a person is for Sam, or Nick and Ryan have you can tell us have two different pictures of what the room looks like in their head. So it's making some adjustments. So I might utilize AI to help me make quote unquote battle maps of the scene that I'm looking for and see how quickly I can do that. So I can not necessarily have to spend as much time prepping and more so just use command prompts and then get an output that's going to be close enough that I can use.
Also, now that I think about it, Gemini takes really good notes and meeting summaries. So even just like logging onto Google Meet and having it listen and then that's a good point. Like it pops out a summary. So A, we just have it for the next time we record, but B, we could shorten it down and say it repeat it. I don't know, maybe Google will sponsor us. This episode brought to you by Gemini. One of Ryan's 5 characters could be named Gemini.
That's it.
Ale Gemini.
Ale.
I'll just play twins. I'll just run 2 characters simultaneously.
Well, I just wanted to thank you guys, like the 3 of you. You guys have been such like advocates for us and support, and I love Mike would be like, and texted and want to know when the episode's coming out. Brandon let us know that we missed our date, and like we love first we apologize that we couldn't stay on our schedule, but we loved it. Like it was so cool to be like, oh my gosh, like there's people out there that like look forward to like listening to the silly story that we put together. So thank you so much for just listening and following along with us, and everyone who's listening to this episode, the other tens of people that are out there, or maybe in the future it's thousands, who knows. Like, thank you so much. Like, this is just our hobby, right? Like, I think at one point we thought maybe we could make it big, but honestly, we love playing D&D and we think we're funny. So we were like, let's just put it out for the world, and y'all have stuck around. So thank you so much. It means so much to us.
I absolutely love when I get the messages of, oh, such and such was awesome, or that type of stuff. It just makes it, I think I've messaged all of you independently also about it. It just really makes it so much more enjoyable to do the podcast aspect of it, because D&D is fun, and then you're adding in quote unquote work to make it a podcast. But then when you hear from people that are listening to you and enjoying it, it's like, oh, okay, that's why we're doing it. It makes it just a lot more fun. So I appreciate it as well.
Thank you all for putting the energy into making it, worth listening to. Making it. No, seriously, it'd be easy to phone it in. It'd be easy to lose interest. Like you said, that happens to a lot of campaigns.
Yep.
I appreciate that you guys, make it a good production worth our time.
I think we're all just vain enough to vain enough just to be like, no, this is fun. We like this. Like we do, I think we do it for us as much as we do it for everyone else. Like,
perfect.
We really like it.
Maybe Carly Simon can make an appearance next season. You're so vain.
That's the
common
thing. No idea what his references are.
I was gonna say, it's easy to get caught up in just going through the motions when you're playing games, and the fact that you guys do put effort into that is something. Just piggybacking on what you said. Love you guys.
No.
That's sitting directly next to me, sharing a mic. I think the wild thing is when we get so caught up in our own emotion while we're playing. Like, there'll be times like Ryan just texted me. He does not know what to do with his character. He's like stressed out. I'm like crying. Like there's the one solo episode I did that we had to record. Like I'm organically crying, and then I had to stop and be like, this isn't real. Like I always had to remind me, like when I'm fighting with Nick, this is not real. I'm not mad at Nick. Nick's not mad at you.
You definitely brought the most emotion to your characters, I would say.
Thanks.
I mean, it was that, the fighting, but also the praying and stuff, which you alluded to earlier. Top notch.
Thank
It was
you.
excellent.
Oh my gosh. Thanks. I feel like everyone did such a great job.
I'll give Vaso the best line of the series, though. Season 1, when you close the rift after they explicitly asked you not to, the Cape Carmine rift. What were you doing?
My job.
As this story pulls on your soul, in the end, we hope it is full.
Hey guys, it's Mike, your host and Dungeon Master at Carriage Rest Tales. I just want to say thanks for taking the time to listen to our podcast. It really means a lot to us. If you are enjoying the content and you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review. It's really going to help us grow our listenership and be able to reach more people. I also want to give a special thanks to Tabletop Audio for providing the background music for today's episode.